Hey y'all, hey, we bouncing.
Keep bouncing. Making progress. Hey, y'all. Hey, sis. Hey, Nala. How are
Hey
you?
boo, hey. How's everybody? Brittany, girl, go ahead and just drop us a little hymn early.
Early,
Early,
because we going to
early.
need it. We going to need it. We going to need it.
We gonna need the hymns early, not late. How's everybody doing today? We are so glad to see you all.
So get that clear out. There we go. That's better.
All right, let's see who we
Oh,
have
hey,
in here so we could
y'all.
go ahead and get started. Hey, Miss Wilson, how are you? Hey, just me, Cheryl. Hey, Tracy Serpell. Hey, Naturally Mar, how are you, my love? Hey, Valerie, how are you? Hey, Tawana Zeta Mom, how are you? Hey, my other baby, Tawana, how are you? Hey, Brittany, once again. Hey, my fave, Nicole Honore. You better be resting while you watching this, girl. I'm just saying. I'm just
What's
saying.
up? We'll be right here, girl. Just lay down and listen. Lay down and listen.
I hope everybody's having a good day. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. Y'all already know how we do. Drop your likes, comments. Make sure you share us with your people, okay? So we can get up in that good old algorithm. Okay, make sure we are streaming on both channels. So y'all
That's
make
right.
sure y'all go and hit the like button on California's Cutie channel as well. And y'all know how we do, baby. We like everybody to go ahead and give us your comments, whether you agree, don't disagree. Just make sure that you are respectful and creative with your cuss words up in the chat. Okay. Hey, Kim
Appreciate y'all.
Howard
Sorry.
Melendez. Huh?
No, I
Okay.
said we appreciate that, y'all. We appreciate guys getting creative in our chats with the curse words. That's all.
Hey, Kim Howard Melendez. Hey, Astute Queen B. How are you? Would you say, Tracy? Wait, so I'm not your fave troll no more? Let me step up my trolling up. No, you are still my fave troll. Nicole, not a troll. Let's be clear. You're my favorite troll. Nicole, not a troll. Hey, Tawana, hope y'all and everyone is enjoying their Sunday. I hope every day, everybody is enjoying their Sunday. It's a beautiful day in Houston here. Brittany said, today I decided to cry my last tears yesterday by Mary. That is for Mel. Girl, we going to get into it. Hey, my good feisty old wise one. How are you?
That's our
Astute
girl.
Queen, thank you for going like on our good sis California Cuties channel. Okay, hey Tracy Sapel, if there's one thing you're gonna have, Tracy, is questions. But let me tell you guys, we are gonna come back later on in this week. Today will be about the episode, as I stated. And then we'll do separate videos for call-ins for all of your questions, because when we do the call-in this week, we will be discussing. Okay, we will be discussing the good old Carlos King raindrops. Hold up, I gotta do it. Let me put my rings on.
Yeah, get your rings. I wish I
Hold
had
up,
a
I
ring.
got my baby shoe. Let me see. Can you
A
see
whole
it
bunch
hanging
of
in the
rings.
back? Raindrops. How are y'all, raindrops? My raindrops, how are you? My raindrops on Aaron's number one show. Okay, on Aaron's number one show. So we have to discuss all of that foolishness. Okay, yes, God.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to discuss it all. He too feisty. Come on. So we will be doing that later on this week, so you guys can have everything that you want to say about that, Tracy. Have all your 50 million questions. Okay. Have all your questions, girl, because we're going to be here to answer them. Hey, ranting, my cousin, how are you?
Cousin, Cats, we love
You
you
know
over
he
here. You know.
definitely, y'all know that's how he be. Raindrops, my raindrops. I hear my raindrops. I'm gonna stop making fun of that man. That's just so funny to me, girl. With the little shoe be hanging in the background, I be like, "Where is why? Why is the shoe here?" Hey, Terry T. Baby Davis, how are you, my love? I hope you are having a good Sunday as well.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Now let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Okay, good. I just finished hitting all my platforms. You know, I was running late, so just hit all the platforms. Just hit my chat. Y'all, don't forget to go hit my like button. Go put a comment over there. Y'all come on back over here because all the fun is over here. I ain't gonna front. The fun comments is
The
over
fun
here.
is streaming on both for the
We on
channels.
both sides, so y'all know. Just
The fun is streaming on both. We don't
y'all
care
go
which
hit the
one
like.
you like. Just make sure you like both and make sure that you're commenting, okay? Because we like that interaction.
You
Hey,
do.
Shirley Franklin, my love, how are you doing today? So, baby, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, we picked up where we left off with the associates, but we friends now. Stormy
Mhm.
and Mel. And Stormy is saying how she didn't know, she knew Mel take a break from everybody during casting, but she didn't know that that's what they are. And for her, communication is important in a friendship. And so she just feel like you should have let me call. You should have gave me a heads up. And Mel was like, well, why you just didn't DM me? You DM me all the time. So what was the issue this time with DMing me? And Stormy was like, I'm not DMing you. I'm not doing that. And they have that whole rigmarole round the bend. Okay.
Right,
And
right.
so how do you feel
About
about
it.
this?
My,
Go
my,
first.
my thing is, I see where Mel is coming from when it comes down to her saying the DM comment. It'd be different if they never DM'd each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something they do. Then I can see where it would be like DM you, girl, bye. But I understand where Mel was kind of coming from. Stormy kind of was in her feelings as she should be, but you do like you basically said, I know you pull away from everybody at the end of the show, but I didn't know you was gonna do it to me. It's like, what made you special, girl? Y'all are beginning a friendship. So you definitely not gonna be on front and center on in the beginning of my mind on changing my phone number. You're just not. You're really still my coworker. You still are just we're beginning a friendship. You are not a priority in my life. No disrespect, Stormy. And I know, like Coco, and when you start off, it didn't no disrespect is disrespectful. It's not. It's no disrespect in that. I'm just saying, y'all had a discussion. Here's the other thing, though. They had a discussion. She said, Mel said they had a discussion before about how much they are not needy, the both of them, and that they don't look at it, that they need to be calling each other like that. So if y'all had a discussion already, Mel ain't thinking about that she hurting Stormy's feelings by not calling her, not giving her the number. She didn't know the girl texted her. And if you didn't get a response and you wanted to talk to Mel and it was something that needed to be said and she didn't respond, then why don't you hit her on the other platform? And like Will said, when she's like, you didn't get the doodle. We're sorry. This number. You didn't get that? Which means you didn't call. So I just feel like it's not a strong enough friendship yet for her to be so mad. That's where I'm at with
You so
it.
you always the nice one. You leave me to be bad Nola. I'm just trying to figure out. And let me speak. Hey, everybody. Hey, Yvette, my boo. Cutie was speaking when you came in. I don't know if you saw my wave. Just me, Cheryl say that's all right. Okay. Astute Queen B said they ain't friends and Melody knows how to move. Hey Harold, how are you, my love? Happy Sunday, fun day. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I need to know where in Stormy's mind did she go from we were associates to we're friends and what you would expect from your friends.
Right.
Me particularly, I do not
So I don't look. I'm looking off.
expect the same thing from my associates that I do my friends. I don't handle my associates and my friends the same way. That's number one. So if you
Right.
said we were just associates, then why is this a big deal? If y'all were friends, then y'all were friends. Me personally, if I'm friends with somebody and I shoot you a text message and you don't answer, all right, you might be busy, things happen, life be life, and you might not feel like talking to nobody. But after
True.
a certain amount of time, I'm gonna call you. If I see
That's
that
what
your
she does.
phone off, especially if I know you're in the middle of being sued for full custody, I'm gonna hit your DM. I'm gonna come do a ride around by your house and make sure you're not depressed what's going on. That's just me personally. On top of that, let's go back to the next part of that conversation. Hey, Kimmy Nicole, how are you?
Hey, Kimmy.
My love.
You know what you got? You on your page, so I can
She
see the
also
comment.
mentions, okay, is it about trust? The fact that you bringing up trust means to me you feel like you broke trust in some type of way. You may feel she feels you broke trust in some
Gosh.
type of way, right? I don't know, exactly what's what, but you may feel that way. So if that is how you feel, and you express that, right? Cool,
Mm-hmm.
no problem. And then she brings up the recording or whatever, which I thought that Destiny was playing that from the Shade Room,
Oh, I didn't know what she's talking about.
a recorded conversation in Mel's house. So I'm sorry, maybe once it went off, and by the end of it last season, I was sick of it. I was over it. So my ears might have not have been to the ground, like it should have been. Okay,
That's
let
the
me see.
cash app, baby.
I am
I
going
appreciate
to.
that. I'm finna say,
They are scrolling across the screen now, Terry. Um,
Terry, you're so sweet to remind us.
so, and I'm sorry, this is the only banner I have with both of
No,
us on there. I have to
good.
create
Sorry
another
about
one.
that.
So that is my view on that. Mel's like, I get Stormy point where she said, if you know that's not true, then I would expect my friend to come out and say something that's not true. But I also think, like, look at how your friend moved. When it come down to it, Mel don't too much speak on none of the rumors, none of the nothing. So you can't expect somebody to do something for you that they don't do for themselves. She don't even get up here and speak on things herself.
Right.
You feel me? That's
Mhm.
said about her. That could be wrong or not wrong. Then you bringing up the reunion when we saw, and we now know at the reunion when she first got there, they wanted her to use her cars for people who don't even fool with her. So it might have not have been about you, love.
Right.
It might have not have been about you at all. And I am so sick of everybody who act like they don't see nothing.
Hey, Uniboo.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It works on my nerve. And frankly, I'm over the Mel is not a good friend storyline. Stop coming to me with that. If y'all know this lady, and then the thing is, Stormy, you're saying I didn't know that's where we was. Well, baby, when you joined this cast, that became
You,
where
oh, that's
you
you.
were.
You're with him. Yeah, I
that
agree with that.
became that became where you were. You are talking about a tweet that she made that she didn't reference you anyway, any shape or form, where fans took it and ran with it, not her. So you felt some type of way, just the same way if Mel would have said, every time I post something about my line, you posting about yours and trying to say how the products are better or what you've been doing, as if we're in comparison. People feel like that's not friend moves. So you're not speaking on that particular rumor. You're speaking on just the simple fact of a recorded conversation that honestly Mel had said somewhere else. Other than that, I ain't got nothing else
I
for
like
that
what.
conversation. Mel was like, girl, we good. Don't let it get to you. Don't navigate. And I think Mel was giving her excellent advice when it comes down to what to respond to and what not to respond to when you're doing this.
And then wait, what did I just read that I want to say? Oh, when Stormy said, "Hey April, hey Harold," I like that comment too. That's a good one. When Stormy says, "Oh, you don't so the people that ain't got the people that ain't got your number, you don't trust." I said, "Oh God, you keep going back to it. Just ask the girl, you gonna give me the number or no? Like, am I getting the number? Because I feel like you're trying to ask her, are we friends or not? Y'all build a friendship. So I'm trying to figure out, like, are you now cool on Mel? Is that because that's the energy I felt from her in that moment? Even though they got up to go get some meat and everything, it still felt like I don't feel like it was resolved. I feel like Stormy still is looking at you with the side eye. That's how I feel.
Hey to everybody who just came in the chat. Ultimately, I feel like this. You know your mama was out here talking cash money ish about that lady. Like that's just facts. And we at the end of the day, I ain't trying to disrespect your mama. So now we can't be cool. Now I will say I appreciated Stormy for telling her mama. Like I ain't gonna take that
Yeah,
from her. I appreciate it for telling her mama, like you got me in something that potentially don't be. And like I said, when I saw Stormy doing the Cuffit challenge, however off rhythm and horrible they all were, not just her. It was one of the worst I've seen of the Cuffit challenge. Right? You have to know these are people who she don't trust. These are people who just called her a black soul. At the end of the day, I'm not mad with Stormy for getting to know them because you can't just take with just Mel, right? That's gonna be a problem. So you gotta form a relationship with other people. That way you can be in more scenes. The more scenes you in, the bigger your shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you at Sheree's house with Martell and we're talking about a friendship and you already know, and I get it, the husbands become friends, but girl, I would have to tell my husband, you could go down there if you want to, but I'm not. Like
I'm not thinking.
I can't. And the way you said that you didn't notice, man, which it comes off like, did you really not know him? Because listen, allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not. Allegedly, you was Slaw hairdresser. Then somehow Slaw had a friend or something that worked at your warehouse, or it was her friend was your husband's friend, and whatever. The person allegedly worked for Stormy, and Slaw will come and pick her up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but most black women, their hairdresser be their therapist. You sit up there, you run your mouth, and you talk. So it's giving, did you know that she was sleeping with this man? Or did you know that she was sleeping with a married man, period? And if you did know, did you know that that was this lady's husband?
Well, let's go back. Are you telling me Stormy was a stylist? Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Really? Okay. I did not know that. Now that would put a whole new spin on it. That would put a whole new spin on things. That, like you said, that means that somebody you seen and heard something, even if it was rumored. There is no way. You're right. I'm a therapist. I already told you guys. I'm a stylist.
I'm not saying that the men don't become friends, but what I am saying, I would expect my friend to a certain point. You can't hang with somebody who's actively mistreating me, actively hang in the streets with me, drag my name in the streets, actively taunts me, actively trying to control me, and actively trying to take my children away from me, and think we gonna be in the same place, or think you about to have my number and be in that close of proximity. Nah, that's gonna change for me. That's gonna change for me.
Hi, says Nola, can you do me a favor? Can you switch me and Princess? Is there a way you can configure me to the bottom and her at the top?
Girl, nah, look.
I'm just saying if it does. If it don't worry about it. Only because I got two screens up. No. I can do that too. No, but go back to the way it was. I just want to see, because I got Princess at the bottom, yeah, like that. Now I have Princess you, and then I don't need to see myself. Just
yeah.
So, okay, perfect. Thank you.
I really don't have nothing to say about their conversation, because I was over it. Because to me, if somebody's actively telling you there's not an issue and they're actively didn't say they thought it was you who did this or recorded them, then what it is. But I do feel like I want Mel to just come out and say, girl, look, at the end of the day, you said we was associates. I moved like we was associates, and that was it.
I just feel like she gave her own answer anyway. Because you, like I said, you said, I know you said you move like this. I know you say you moved out of this. I just didn't know that included me. What? It includes everybody. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, princess. How you doing, lady? Oh
Oh,
man.
we gonna shame the lazy tongue. Okay, how y'all doing, everybody? Um, for me, I probably would have questioned it, but it seemed like that was a conversation that was gonna go around in a circle anyway. I
Mhm.
think she felt that she was better than said people that are no longer on the show no more and don't have no job. And she just thought that the rules didn't apply to her. But and I can see both sides. If I didn't do anything to you, at least that's what you said, I wouldn't expect for you to act that way towards me. And as one woman, I'm not finna chase up behind no other woman who don't want to talk to me. But I do think that I would have reached out or I would have went around, you know what I'm saying, some type of way, but like, look, well, you ain't talking to me. Let me send you a Gucci bag or edible arrangement or something to your house. And, because that's how she rolls, you know what I'm saying? But we
Right.
know you come to Mel's house unannounced. But I probably would have did a little bit extra and said, are you okay, sis? Just to make sure. But at the same time, sometimes I think Mel, she funny acting, and I get away from people that's funny acting. If you need your space with something wrong, say, hey sis, I know you've been reaching out. Look, I need some time to myself right now. What I don't understand what's wrong with that. You don't have to explain yourself to everybody, and you don't have to explain yourself all the time.
Awesome.
But if you not speaking to me, or
Well,
whomever, like I'm just on vacation right now.
I
That's
mean,
all. Get back with you.
I get that point if that's not already known or if that was unknown to you. You already know that. Um,
Is it? Because she said I didn't know it applied to me. I think she just
but you know,
thought that
It
that
was
was
everybody.
but it applies to everybody. At the end of the day,
Nobody.
it has been said season after season after season that when it's done, when the season is done, she take a break from everybody that's in
Oh,
casting and on this show. So now that you're on this show, you are included in that everybody, number one. And then number two, you said y'all wasn't friends like that. Y'all were associates. And let's not act like she didn't slick shade the hell out of Mel at that reunion when she was asked what was about her feelings when it came to Mel and not being a good friend. And when she could have just cut it off as, listen, that's their experience. That's not my experience with Mel. So I don't have nothing to do with it. That part of the statement was cool. But once you opened up your mouth and you said, but real women get over it, you will slick slide throwing shade.
okay, what? Okay. In Stormy's defense, in Stormy's defense, I don't know because I don't know how they take when it was. Stormy said something like they were there for 10 hours. They was next door to each other. They didn't talk. So if we are becoming friends and we're in the same area, if I was next door to you, if I was down the street or in the same hotel, I don't know what rooms they're talking about. I don't know. What I'm saying is, if we are building a friendship, I'm not gonna I might feel a way if I didn't talk to you before this reunion and your mom was talking mess about me. So Mel in her right probably was in her feelings a little bit and was probably didn't go look out for Stormy. Didn't go, Stormy, I ain't touch Stormy. Woo, woo, woo. She didn't do that. And I think Stormy was kind
And
of felt it. And that's probably why she went off on stage. Not for sure,
and
but could be.
and okay. So if we are to believe what Mel said, shout out to the OLFP, because whenever I quote something that somebody used from their interview, I'm gonna give them their shout out. She said she didn't know until that scene that they were taping and her and Stormy have that conversation That's what Stormy Mom was saying. She said when she rolled up, production said that to her, right?
Oh, so she didn't know. Okay.
So she didn't know that. So we
Okay.
can't say that's why Mel, if we are to believe what she
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say that. But we do know there was a blow up of Martell acting foolish. We do know that they pissed her off wanting to use her cause that she paid for. So if I'm already in a pissed off state and I got to go sit out here for 10 hours where I know I'm about to be dragged for, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is about to be coming at me. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to look for nobody because I got to get my head space in the right space. I'm just not, I'm the type of person, friendship goes both ways. But I also, when I look at my friends and what they have going on, like if we all had a show, right? And first of all, everybody wouldn't be against you if we was on the show.
Right.
But if we was all on the show and everybody was against you, and I know you got to come up here and sit here and face that shit, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't come looking for me, I'm not taking it personal. I'm thinking that you are getting yourself together for what you about to face. Like,
Got
and
it.
I don't understand while you are actively building relationships with everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said you hadn't talked to nobody since filming. Nobody reached out to you until it was time for filming. So why
Mm-hmm.
are we just mad at one Melody Shireen Holtz?
Good.
And hello to everybody that came in the chat. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. We see y'all.
Into the conversation. And thank you, Terry, for the cash app. I appreciate you, love.
So sweet.
I mean, that's true. And I want to say that for me, coming into it, like last season, the reunion, I said some things. I felt a way. Because again, I do think that a lot of times the Mill is funny acting.
Mm-hmm.
But when she gave the back end of it on an interview, I guess her YouTube press tour or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
she gave the back end of like everything that she was dealing with, that all the way down to they being mad about not having cars, to come to the reunion and having to pay for their own stuff, and she had her own stuff. Like, it did give me a different vernacular of what she was going through that day.
Okay.
And I had a little bit more empathy for her, and a lot of that stuff is contrived, and I hate that Carlos and all those people, they do things to make the arguing worse and more uncomfortable than what it already is. Just in general, that woman has lost her family pretty much, her regular life,
She's
her friends.
mourning. She's mourning still. Like it's this serious.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling, and it takes years. Trust me. When me and my older kids father broke up, it took a long time, and it just takes a long time. I know they're gonna get there, but it takes a long time. I agree with you.
So now the next part, we move on. We see Kimmy and who was Tisha and a new Tisha cousin. I don't even remember her name.
Courtney.
We
Mm-hmm.
see them talking, and then Kiki comes up, and she purposely don't speak to Tisha. She hugged Kimmy.
Mm-hmm.
She hugged Kimmy,
Right.
and
Okay.
she hugs her cousin or whatever, and she moves around out the scene, and we see Tisha rolls her eyes. And I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna wait to get on them when we get on the scene with them. Okay. And so I really don't have nothing to say about that in that conversation. And we move on to Kimmy talking to Martell. And she's saying she was so grateful that she had Maurice and to be there because this situation is so much better going through it with someone that you love. Hey, my good sis Bar.
Hey,
This situation is so much easier to go through when you have family and a support system and someone that you love. And she was, she went on to say how if this was, do he miss it? And I was like, Kimmy, please, no, don't take us down this road. How we went on down this road. And she said,
but
do you miss it? having that person, whether it was good or bad, that you be able to tell them to. And he was like, "Oh yeah, of course I miss it. I miss it all the time." But you know how I used to tell y'all, don't stop, stop. No, we know what's best. I'm not gonna say it anymore. I'm not gonna say it anymore. And Kimmy was like, "What? Really? I can't believe you're saying this to us. Like, I can't believe it. What? Really?" And I'm like, "Girl, don't you start it. I don't care what he say. Don't you start it." And my immediate thought of this conversation went back to the trailer. And it went back to the trailer because you were so mad at Tiffany, saying Tiffany asking Sheree about you being a cheater is gonna mess up your good thing with Sheree. But I'm like, this ain't gonna mess up your good thing with Sheree. You sitting up here pining over your ex-wife, talking about how you miss her being there, you miss her being your person to call and talk to, and all of the. I'm confused, but y'all go ahead.
Since you want to go? Okay, she on mute. So on mute. Are you talking, Princess? You need to talk yet?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were saying I wanted to go. Oh, okay.
No, okay. So do you want to go first? Because I want to talk, but I want to talk last about the situation.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go quick. Look, I'm not used to not being in the driver's seat. I'm over here trying to multitask. So look, I'm over here flipping over, over here in this new place, everything not set up. So look, I don't think that this is me, my personal thing.
Okay.
When you really love a person, and I mean truly love a person and been in love with them, especially when you have children by a person and you've created those types of years of closeness and relationships and been through so much, I don't think you ever stop loving a person. I might not like you no more. Okay. I might not want to be with you no more. I think that there's still some type of feeling there. Martell had never had any intentions of not being with Melody anymore. He was forced into that situation by his actions and his selfishness. If he could have his way, he would still be messing around with the both of them. Okay.
Absolutely.
He is very used to his home life. I'm sure he wanted to have a two-parent household for his children, and it didn't work out that way because he was not only already having his cake and eating it too, he decided to have a birthday party to match. Okay. And then last season with the photos, he done brought family and friends to the party. So he just went a little bit too far with it, and with the lies and the deceit. And us black women will take a lot, but don't you embarrass me out in these streets. So for him, I think he thought maybe I'll wait it out or I'll be on good behavior and then she'll take me back. I think that at some point he still subliminally thinks that he can still find his way back eventually. So Kimmy, I like you for wanting them to be honest, but I think you just should have left that alone, sis. Let him go on. Please burst his bubble and let him come back to reality because he lives in an alternate reality of thinking that he's supposed to do what he want to do and be charismatic, as Ariane said, and eat his way back into the household. No, God.
I have a couple of different feelings on it. I understand where Kimmy is coming from. With the breakup, from day one, starting with Princess doing Huntsville reviews, she may remember. I've always been at a place, even because it was fresh then, it was just breaking it up. Everything was so bad. It was like everybody was, couldn't stand Martell, she should never talk to him. And it's like, we have to be real mindful that they have children, right? So if it was just the two of them and there was no kids involved, yeah, don't talk to that brother. Don't give him the time of day. But because they have to talk because they have children, and you're going to have to talk a lot because you got 4 of them. You got 4 different graduations. I mean, we talking about elementary, junior high school, and college. I mean, high school and college. We're talking about you don't get rid of the guy. Like, he definitely is going to be in your life for the rest of your life, because you guys are going to share grandbabies. Where I'm at with my ex, I'm sharing two grandbabies with him. So it don't stop. It don't stop. Do I still love? I'm not in love with. Do I love my kid's father? Yeah, I do. I don't care that nothing happens to him, that he's in good spirits. Um, I always wish the best for him. So for me, when Kimmy's talking to Martell, I looked at it like this. She had been seeing him talk so much smack. They've been bumping heads and going at it so much that it was refreshing to her to have him finally say, you know what, I kind of messed up. I do want my family back. As much as we don't want to hear it no more, it just sometimes, especially with Kimmy going through cancer, I'm sure she was just like, you know what, it was refreshing for him to really say it and understand, play a big part, the most part of their breakup. So I was like, I understand Kimmy's look on it and why she said that, and why it was refreshing to her to hear Martell say that, because nobody wants to see their friends, especially when they were in love with each other at one time. Nobody wants to see them at each other's neck and hollering and screaming and cussing each other out. Hey, right. You know, nobody wants to be in the midst of that. No, my friends didn't, and I didn't want to put them in the midst of it. So what I did, and what Mel tried to do, you try to put distance in between the two people. But when you have mutual friends, it's hard to do that. So yeah, we have to get to like a little common ground. You know, Martell is Martell. He's a narcissist. He's always gonna find himself, and he's gonna regret, and always gonna want Mel, because it never was his intention to break up with Mel. It was always his intention to have her and have whoever else. Dumb intentions, but that was his intention. He always wanted Mel. He always gonna want Mel. It just, that's how it is. And quiet as it's kept, my kid's father probably don't want me, but I'm pretty sure he always thinks about the fact, what would life would have been with Cutie? What would it would have looked like? Why? How could we have made this work? We have 2 children together. I have 3 children after him. He has 3 children after me as well. But he had all girls. I had 2 boys and a girl. So I always know he's probably like, what if, could have, would have, what could happen? So I look at that like that. I didn't like Martell's always gonna want her, and I'm with Kimmy. Like, stop talking about her. Be cordial. Keep the same energy, because he's not gonna get nowhere talking about her. Talking about how he did her parenting, all that, suing her. Like, I think Kimmy more so is looking at the big picture. Like, stay in this moment. Don't go into that negativity moment, because that negativity is gonna cause him some jacked up feelings. I mean, he's gonna put himself in the doghouse.
Hey, Remain Teachable, how are you? You have froze. So I want to answer this question, and then I have a rebuttal, and we're going to move on to the next scene if Princess doesn't have a rebuttal as well, because y'all know we like some good rebuttals.
Yes,
do we think Knox and Sugar Mama will go to school together? If I agree with this comment, if Martell can pay for it, then okay, hell no. But also we now know that Mel is now going for full custody. So if Mel goes for full custody and she is awarded full custody, I don't think so, because we know Mel don't want to be in Huntsville anymore. So I think if Mel gets the full custody, it will ultimately may end up with her culminating to leave. That maybe when she exits Love and Marriage Huntsville and move on to Atlanta, because we know she don't want to be in Huntsville. We know she wanted to move to ATL. You right, Brittany. I was, girl. Go ahead and put a drop of him. Hey, our good sis Mace. So I think that the two may culminate. The two may culminate together. I think the two may culminate together. So if she gets the full custody, I don't see her standing around Huntsville for too much longer. We know they done hit their 100 episode, and when they go in syndication, she gonna still get a check from this show anyway. So I don't know. Hey, Kia Bell, how are you? Kimmy has to let it go. Like, it's annoying at this point. Martell doesn't need any egging on, and that's what I'm about to go.
I know that's where you're going with it.
Listen, when God says go, you better go. When God says go, you better go. And here's my thing.
I was just getting ready to say we need to make a song.
And,
God say go.
and I'm at the point, and thank you, Remain Teachable, for going like on all
Yes,
pages.
thank you.
Also,
Thank
while I'm
you.
talking about Remain Teachable, she is graduating 723, and she is doing a fundraiser for our good brother, So Debonair.
Yes, yes,
You can
yes.
go on his channel so you'll be able to get the website because unfortunately I do not have it pulled up, but they're trying to raise $723 so
It's
they
been
can
accepted.
provide uniforms because some children don't have uniforms at all. Some children only have one pair of pants and one shirt. So we are trying to reach that goal of the $723 so we can get those uniforms provided. And of course, if we get over that mark, we can provide even more children with uniforms
Yeah, he's asking you to pledge
to go
seven
to the
dollars and
school.
23 cents.
Yes.
You want
But
to
It's
give
like
more? That's
treasure,
cool.
right?
right, so all we're asking if one person can give $7.23, that would be so amazing. Also, make sure y'all go subscribe to me and Deb. Shameless plug. Oh wait, when I do a shameless plug, I got to put my
The
I got to
rings on
my
and your
little
shoes.
brains on.
Do it.
Shameless plug. We will be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta readers because y'all ain't raindrops over here. Okay. But anyway, moving back on to what you were saying. I get what you're saying, and it can get that point, but it can only get to that point when he respects boundaries, which is going to lead us into the next scene. He does not
Gotcha.
respect boundaries, and
True.
you cannot egg on a narcissist. You
True.
cannot. Don't give him no hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give him absolutely no hope. He is actively in the time of saying, when this was filmed, actively in the time of saying, let's go ahead and take the kids from Mel because she's not letting the people babysit that I want to be babysit. Like
Fix
at this
it.
point, when this is taped, we already know what he said about our brother. We already know about the fight they had on the internet where they were going back and forth, where he threatened to put out revenge porn on her. And you don't encourage that type of bastard. You just don't do it. I am so tired. And when we do this call in, if there are any Martell Grace supporters in the chat, I really want y'all to call in and maybe break it down to me. Why is he owed so much grace? He cheated on their whole marriage. He disrespected her whole marriage. His whore gets on the internet and still disrespects her to this day as if Mel was sleeping with her husband and she wasn't the whore who was calling that lady house telling her to put her husband on the phone.
She a non-factor.
We also know he wanted her to pay for nannies to be at both houses, which you get charged by the child, per child. So being charged by per child and you want her to pay for both, you want her to pay for the damn nanny that's going to ultimately be taking care of your other child too. Bullshit. Fuck Martell and Grace for him.
Well, there went our monetization.
Also made the statement that all your children should live in the same lifestyle. They should live the same way from house to house, which I agree with. Those kids have the same experience, the same set of core rules, right? For how we raising our kids from house to house. That should be the same. But what you're not going to do is make me pay. If we have 50-50 custody, baby, you pay and play at your house and I'm going to pay and play at mine. I'm not paying them at my house and your house, and my money gonna go towards supporting the child that you fucked around and had on me. Fuck around and find out is what it would be.
Yeah,
so no, I ain't got no grace for him. Kimmy, let it go. Don't mention it. Don't in your mind. Why would you want to keep her attached to somebody who is actively tormenting her?
I told you why. I told you why. Kimmy is on. She got cancer. Her brain is not thinking like all that. Also, she's on some. Look, I'm on Rebirth. I'm on some new stuff. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not no Martell. I'm not taking up for Martell. I'm just giving you the other side. Why Kimmy probably did it. Kimmy is in another space. So don't come for Kimmy because Kimmy's on some positive. That's just her being Kimmy. But understand, go ahead and tell her again. Scream it to the heavens. Kimmy, don't do that because he don't need it. He doesn't.
Well, look at here. She asked him, does he miss it? She ain't never, as far as I recollect, has never approached Mel and said, well, maybe you should, get back with her. I took it as if she was just trying to do what Carlos really couldn't do is kind of break him down and be like, look, just say you like the girl, okay, and being a little bit messy, being a little bit nosy.
I just
So
want
and
him to
and I can
realize
see the positive side of it. Life is too short, YOLO. Just say what you feel. Stop being a
that
jerk off and just be human.
that's where I think she was coming from. I don't think she was really saying it like, well, Martell, you need to go tell her how you feel. Go confess your undying love to her. She's not saying that. She's saying, I'm glad you
Right.
finally realized that you made a mistake, that you really do love her. Because you kept blaming her. Well, if you just pleased me, if you just something did what I needed you to do, then I wouldn't have cheated on you. Like, that's not it. That's not it.
And in
Stop
my head
saying that, that
anyway.
ain't it. So he's finally taking accountability and saying, you know what, dang, I miss my family. I kind of messed that up. I did. And now you're gonna have to reap that. You're gonna have to deal with that. You're not getting Mel back. Mel's not coming back. I'm here to tell you. I didn't go back to mines either. Not that he
I'm
even
not
had.
saying that was Kimmy's intentions, but what I'm saying is Martell don't need any amount of encouragement.
I got you. I got you. But
You
like
Right?
I
are
That's
said,
what I'm
factual
saying.
on that
I got you
because
now.
you don't even have to give him an inch. You
Because he
could
gonna
give him
take a
like a few centimeters, and he is trying to run a marathon on you with whatever he can get.
gotcha. I got it. I won't put no more. I just, being my Libra, I'm always trying to look at both sides. And he did make a big mistake. He made a big, huge mistake. And the biggest thing she can do is be successful and do what she does. And that's what she's doing, and that's why he's doing it.
Yes, Black Diamond Stream yours allows us to stream on all channels, so we actually streaming on all three channels at this
Everybody.
time. Okay, we on
I
everybody's
don't know
channel.
what
So,
took them so long to figure that out. They
so
gonna allow us to do it.
Man, because
It would
Princess,
have
I
made
went
a lot of days
2
easier.
years
Hey,
ago behind. Sheesh. Okay, it's all good. We here now. We're here
so
now.
with that being said, we're gonna move on. God told Mel to go, and she was getting ready to exit the party. And Martell goes over there and talks to her like, "This your bag?" She was like, "Yes, that's my Louis. Yes, that's my Louis." And she was getting ready to go. He was like, "I'm gonna walk you to your car." She was like, "Nah, I walk to my car all the time, just fine." And he was like, "No." She was like, "I'm parked out in the front. I'm good." He was like, "Well, I don't want nothing to happen to you." And I seen you parked across the street. Now, when she went to her car, that didn't look like across the street. It looked like in the parking lot at the front. And then
Yes,
she
ma'am.
walked over there by Tiffy Lou and Lou. Okay, big boy Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With her Versace. And she's telling them bye. She's telling Tiffany, if you need anything, call me or whatever. And they were kind of pumping her up, like, let him walk to the car. No, she was like, I wish for once my boundaries be respected. And I'm like, this is what I was getting at in the last one. Like, sir, you crossed the line. You crossed the line, and he's still crossing the line. You're still crossing the line in the simple fact of whatever you want to do with Mel at that moment. If it's fuck Mel at that moment, then Mel's supposed to just say, Martell say fuck me, so it's fuck me. You know what I'm saying? If it's
Gotcha.
if you want to be father of the year and oh, that's my whole child mama, that was your whole child mama when you got up on the internet and tried to act like that man who was stealing out of Walmart was her man, to shame her.
Mm-hmm.
To shame her. That was still your child mother then. That was still your child whole mother while you was in the middle of COVID after she just had a baby, sticking your buffet stick, sticking your beef stick on somebody else's buffet. Getting a Gawk Gawk 3000. She was still your child's mother then. So I have to expect your respect and just go with it when you want me to. And when you want me to disrespect that, I have to take that. And I am so tired of people feeling like because he puts on a good face in front of everybody for the cameras that she just have to accept it. I am sick and tired of it. I am sick and tired of it like no God. Not today, not tomorrow, not nothing. Not today, not tomorrow, not nothing. You don't get to disrespect me. You don't get to actively try to down me as a woman and as a mother when you know damn well I love my children and I'm out here making it happen because you damn sure ain't making it happen when you couldn't even spell alcohol right on your wine bottle, when you copied a whole label and couldn't even get it right. Where is the calendar? Where is the calendar when we seen Destiny had to bring the baby Earl down there? Where's the calendar? What can we buy?
The Earl or the oil? It was it the oil or the Earl?
The baby Earl. You know she bought that baby Earl down there.
Earl.
What was
Okay.
it? Where is it? You can't actively get nothing the hell together. You can't even do your own family photo, your own family replay without doing the replay on what the hell she did.
You're right.
All you did was added your extra child. Ain't nothing wrong. And I'm not saying Knox supposed to be treated no kind of way, because the fact of the matter is people might not like how Knox got here, but he's here. And Martell owes everything to that child to be a good father to him, the same way he's a good father to his other kids. Because he would be even more of a trash human being if he didn't take care of his child. But that's the only difference you made, was added an extra baby to that damn photo. Boy, go to hell. No. Stop making her feel like she have to accept his foolishness. And all y'all know that man trying to take that woman's children. And yes, Harold, I think Big Lou is sexy to me. Yes, he is. We all know I'm here for the big boy push.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead with y'all thoughts, because I ain't got nothing else to say. That's just
I wouldn't be pushing up on him though. I'll
holler at Lou. Lou is a handsome guy, and I like his thickness. And he looked like he's slimming down a little bit on top of that thickness. I'm just like,
yeah, I mean, he did a sit up or two. You two already know as big as I go. But if he pregnant, I can't do it. And if he got titties, I can't do it.
Baby, I'm gonna lift that belly. I'm gonna cross over like this and lift that stomach up, baby. And bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, y'all a little bit taller than me too, so I'm
a little bit. 22 what? You know,
that's a lot of sinning too. Okay, it's too much work.
Go ahead, Brazil.
And what you talking like? D is small as he ain't big.
We don't know that.
I'm talking about CC husband. My bro is not big guy. He's tall.
My husband, he's tall. No, but my older kid was a football player, so he was more stockier and thicker than that dude. So I like them all. I like them light skinned. My first husband, my first kid is light skinned. My husband is dark skinned. So yeah, I like all of them. I like them from chocolate to light skin to the caramel to every color to the thick to the skinny I like them all. Okay, I like them all. I don't discriminate. Okay, let's be clear. I like all of them. All of them. You can ask my sister. She's the thing I dated only big dudes. You like fat dudes? I'm like, he's not fat. He's stocky. No, he's fat. No, he's stocky. He's thick. So yeah, I like them all.
If he's thick,
I like them all.
You already know. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But most of my dudes been small. Like I'm the big girl, so I got enough for the both of us, baby.
You know what? I cannot. All I know is, are you gonna go first, Princess? I mean, I feel what y'all saying as far as Martell. I am never like when I put it to you like this. The last scene with Mel and Nell, I feel I'm on the same page as you guys. We're just going in order in the way we're talking, but I really feel like Mel has been through too much with Martell, and the way she's moving, the way she treats him, he is deserving of it. And now because of the cheating, it's not about the cheating no more. He went on after that and dogged her out after the breakup, all of that. So I understand where you guys are coming from. He's an F-boy. He really is. And he does show out in front of the camera. So,
I think this was a dumbass conversation. Even bringing Tiffy Lou into it to try to bring them to be on his side. And I think they should have been more cognizant of not to engage in the whole conversation. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with him walk you to the car. I personally do think it's nothing wrong with him walking her to the car. But and she's funny acting, I'll still say that. But at the same time, I do realize Martell will use those types of situations to verbally assault her.
Mhm.
to get her into corners, okay? To upset her. It's like he lives to bother her or to rile her up or to piss her off. So I understand why, you ain't got to walk me to my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But maybe it was the way she said, because the little narcissism, she's saying no, but it really means yes. And, no,
You
I
get talking
know
about
she,
it.
I know she really want me to see about her. And she probably, maybe next time, yeah, you could just stand right there at the door. I'm good. I'm right here in the parking lot. Nobody's gonna come get me, sir. We're good. How about, hey, and you know what? I'll have Maurice walk me to the door if that makes you
That's
feel good.
that's where I was at. When I was saying I thought she would have said, Lou, you can walk me to the car since you're so concerned. Walk me to the car.
Yeah, something to redirect.
That's what I would have did. If I was me, I would have been like, "Oh, y'all so concerned. Y'all walk me to the car. Since y'all afraid. I don't need him. I already told him I didn't need him to walk me to the car. I told him over there. Now, since y'all on his side and y'all nervous, or like Tiffany said, well, my coworker walks me to the car because he doesn't want my husband. Well, then y'all two go walk her to the door because she clearly told y'all I don't need him to walk me to nothing. And when he threw up, well, she's the mother of my 4 children. I said, oh God, now I know you are full of crap. Like we know who she is. That has nothing to do with it. What he should have did is say, you know what, Mel, well, you have a good night. Since I'm not gonna walk you to the car, I hope you get home safely and you have a good night, and then let her go. But he's so involved in himself, he doesn't know when she's really being firm with him and saying, look, I'm good, leave me alone. He doesn't get it. He wants her to almost go off on her. That's another thing that my older kid's father did to me. Negative attention is attention to him. You understand what I mean? So even if she's going off on him or telling him no, and it made her stay there a little longer, that's his intention. That's the intention. It's the let's have a dialect. I don't care if we're arguing. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if we sit here and argue. That means you love me if you argue with me. And that's how that was. So that happened to me, and I just shut it down. I wouldn't even argue with you no more. I won't be nowhere near you. Oh, my friends is having something. Chris gonna be there. Oh, okay, I'm not coming. Y'all, I'll come to the next function. I'm not coming. And that's what Mel's gonna end up doing, which since in return, like you said, Nola, she'll end up coming off that show. Because he's gonna keep bothering her. He's just going to because he wants her.
Well, will there be a show without Mel?
Um,
Um, there will be if Tisha and Monso want to be the couple. So they're gonna have to step up and tell the truth about what's going on with them.
I'm like,
It
do
ain't.
you even see it for them?
that's a
Like,
good
they
one.
are not even that interesting in that
Well, I
in
think.
that respect to carry
A
this
show.
show.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Listen. No, do I feel like they're that interesting? No, I don't. But I feel like if we got the truth,
It could
not
get.
the BS that they're trying to push,
Mm-hmm.
it could be right. They could have the potential to be. But we know we're not getting the real because we already see that she's gonna be trying to blame Kiki for trying to destroy her marriage again.
Oh my God. That was
We done
good.
moved from Mel trying to destroy the marriage to Kiki trying to destroy the marriage. But let's go ahead and move on to the next scene with Chris Fletcher and his wife Mel. Okay, so with that being said, Chris and his wife, they're supposed to be on a date night. And he's like, well, I invited Martell. Speaking of Mr. Hope, he
Stupid.
here. And then Chris is like, Martell's like, hey, I didn't even know you were going to be here. Sorry to ruin your date night. But Chris didn't even tell me he was here. Chris was like, you're just going to blame it on me. And I'm like, no, we're going to blame it on production because Martell needed to film with somebody. So let's go ahead and get with this scene. They sitting down eating. They asking him about Sheree. He's like, well, I'm enjoying her company. I'm well, or y'all going steady. Is that your woman? I'm not in a committed relationship with anybody. But you know, tend to be married again. I'm gonna propose by the end of the year, and if God can tell Melody to go, He can tell me when to get married again. And I'm like, child. So y'all know they've been divorced. So two things entered my mind. One, yet again, we still gonna blame Tiffany. When you saying stuff like this, we still gonna blame Tiffany Lou, the pregnant lady, for putting something on you and Sheree and potentially messing that up, and not you and the words that come out your mouth. Like I told y'all last week, if you let that nigga renege, he gonna renege again. Okay, it's gonna happen. That's number one. And then number two, I thought about, y'all remember when Martell said, even if we get a divorce, we'll get back together. I give it 3 years. So this is that they've been divorced. So I'm thinking, are you thinking you about to repropose to Mel at the end of this year? Because he did say that. So if you and Sheree been steady, and you say you not with the slaw no more, and y'all just co-parenting, is there another woman wading in the water? Or you think you about to get back with Mel? I don't know. He did not say that. He did not say that. I'm just, it just, that clicked in my memory when he said about the 3 years, and now this is 3 years, and you're talking about you're going to propose again, and they asked it about Sheree, and she's like, well, you introduced us to Sheree, and I'm like, baby, introduce the storyline, because they both needed one, because quiet as it's kept, she don't mind the fact that he's still sleeping with his baby mama and being a side chick, because she been a side chick to Roja for years now. They only call her back when they don't have nobody back. Because if Portia would have been coming back and that stuff with her and Simon would have hit the road high, Sheree wouldn't have been there.
Hey, put up Tasha's comment.
You kind of mean.
Put Tasha's comment up.
She coming for the jugular today.
Jugular.
You can see my face, child.
And you right. And you right. And you right, Tasha. And I believe.
Hero too. Put Hero's comment up.
I'm just saying, thank you for catching them, because I be trying to go back and I forgot where I left off.
It's all good. Y'all. My camera. Y'all probably like, damn, Cutie ain't looking in no camera. My camera's here, but I'm looking all on other stuff. So
I'm not trying to come for the jugular. Y'all know
No, you a straight shooter.
I'm gonna give it how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it how it is. And this right here, they just recycling storylines with different players. Come on, Kia.
Come on, Kia. You said that.
Well, I mean, that's usually the
formula.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There it is.
And we gonna still watch.
But Harold, here's the thing: when you got two people who want to get a bag but don't know how to get it, they have to put money together. Remember, we went from Haute Couture She by Sheree to Jogger She by Sheree, and the website didn't even work when we did it. She had the website up for so long, and it was nothing but a PowerPoint about who She by She Not is. So they can't even make a power couple, because between them there's no power.
There's no power.
They are two workers who think that they the boss. At the end of the day, you cannot have an employee mentality and want to be the owner. The employee mentality will never be the owner, because you don't know how to govern and you don't know how to manage things. That's why people wasn't getting their wine. That's why it was overpriced, $40 for the wine, $40 for the shipping, and it was Sutter Home that you can go to the Dollar General and get for $7 and $3.95 at Family Dollar. The same red California blend. Go to hell. They can't get money together because they don't know how to make it happen.
So I got a question. So obviously,
is it serious as cancer though? Go ahead. I'm just
for the past year, we've said that the relationship is manufactured and a relationship of convenience. But since we've been sitting on this live, y'all make my wheels turn.
Okay.
And this is a sidebar. Mel been wanting to go to Atlanta since all of this started going. And she does travel there frequently. Could it be a
Mhm.
possibility that he also has gotten with Sheree so he could have a reason to follow that girl to Atlanta and be Atlanta while she's there in Atlanta?
It,
He ain't smart enough, but he might have. He ain't smart enough. I can't even give Martell that kind of smartness, really, to be honest. But I mean, I just feel like he might be coincidental. I don't think he's smart enough. He's just not. Because if he
uh,
was, he wouldn't have been messing with coleslaw so close to where Mel is. Like, you're a dummy. Yeah, I don't think he's smart enough. I don't think so.
I think it would aid him. I think it would aid him. I think him and Sheree, whoever introduced them, I think it was a good line. She needed something to save her. He needed something else to do. Um, and you know, child, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he feels like Sheree is a step up, but ain't her mama house allegedly in her mama name?
Who's who?
Ain't that's why people call it Chateau Thelma? I don't
I was
know.
trying to give you Chateau Thelma. There's with Kenya Moore. Hair Care says that's what's going on there.
You know.
Let's
You
go look
know,
up some
so
paperwork and find the real estate insider. He'll tell us for sure.
so I don't know. But that could be. Um, but then after we see oh, y'all go ahead and talk about. I'm sorry, I was about to move on to the next scene. So what y'all think about that scene with Chris and his
Uh,
wife and the 20 babysitters? Everything is 20.
that is a
You
lot
got
on like
Martell got 20 everything but 20 on two.
he ain't got one on nothing. All I know is I kind of, I like Neil. I like Neil. I really like Neil. I find it funny that he really kind of, I feel like he plays in their face. He tries to be straight. He couldn't even, he was eating. I don't know. Martell I just don't trust Martell. Like, I don't trust nothing he says. I don't trust nothing he says when he's talking to his friends. Um, I, I'm with you, Nola. I feel like he says a lot of things that he's going to, like, what's the conversation with him and Sheree right now? Like, are they still talking? Because while these lives are going on, and I mean, not live, but when these episodes come up, are you looking at it like, oh, so this is what she was doing on TV? This is how you was doing me, or this is how you felt like? So I would love to be a fly on the wall in their relationship right now, as this is playing back, while y'all was so infatuated with each other and in our faces and taking pictures and popping up everywhere, TMZ catching y'all. Like, how all that gonna happen? How that gonna happen? And you still have these feelings for your kid's mother. Martell needs to go talk to somebody. And I'm not talking about Chris and Nell. He really, and it don't have to be Dr. Francis. He really needs to talk to somebody. Do not let Marlene tell you you don't. You do. You need to get your thoughts cleared. You need to really focus in on what Martell needs to be doing for Martell, so he can be a strong enough father. Never mind being a husband and proposing to somebody at the end of the year. Lord have mercy. When he said that, I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Martell? What do you mean you about to propose at the end of the year? Shut up. That doesn't even make sense what you're saying. Don't do that. Nobody's gonna take you serious. Hey, Miss Bernice, I just like I said, I like Neil. Martell is playing in everybody's face still. He don't know what he wants, and that's why he needs to go talk to somebody.
I think they bring him on there just to be messy. Every time
Chris,
Chris comes on there, it's a messy moment. Okay, they bring them
mm,
on there so and Martell loves to mess with them, and they know that they're gonna sit down there and talk that stuff and say something highly inappropriate. It's always gonna be something that Martell is going to say to Chris and Mel to disparage Melody. Okay, and it's to keep up the storyline as well. Um, okay, when he broke down some of the babysitters, I kind of understood at one point. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, you don't want the kids all over this place, that place, that place, but it's better they stay with me. You're not gonna keep the kids. Your mama got the kids. It's still the same difference. If the kids are with the brother, which I just think he got something really a problem, a personal problem with her brother, and he's jealous of him for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's family. She's telling you, okay, is this person, that person, my mama, whatever. Sometimes it takes a village to raise a kid. If it's too many people, then just say that. Or certain people that you don't like, say that. Is it for the world to have to discuss, or for us to judge what's going on with your kids? No. Why don't you work with the girl? Maybe because she has also said she was trying to be kind to him. It's not your weekend to watch the kids. I want my kids with me. So I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that my kids are well taken care of. You decided to make her your whole baby mama. So you don't think that she has enough wherewithal, enough knowledge to sit up there and pick someone to watch your kids and her kids that will be careful with them, and that will take care of them, and that will take their lives into the best regard as possible. Why would you think that she would have them with unsafe people or just anybody? So that says something about all of yours character as well, including you, Martell, to sit up there and disparage that woman like that, or to take into her characteristics in a negative manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Mel, I just think they nosy people. Y'all need to go on vacation or something, go do each other and get your juicing, instead of trying to juice Martell out of this information so he can sit up here and make fun of Mel in some type of, in a discouraging way. Asking, is he going with Sheree? Y'all know he's not going together. Y'all see what it is. You see it on TV. You see when he does appear some places with her. Let them be who they are. Stay out of this man's penis and that girl's vagina, and I think that the world will be a better place.
Period. Agreed.
And with that being said, I'm gonna skip a scene because I know the scene with Kiki and cousin Courtney came. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Tisha and cousin Courtney came next, but we're gonna run them scenes together. So I'm gonna skip
Together.
to
Absolutely.
Mel and Mel of it all. So they go
Mm-hmm.
and meet, and she's trying to tell Mel, listen, it's about the kids. I want y'all to be good for the kids. He said something about 20 babysitters, which I like that that Mel told Martell. Ain't nobody had no 20 babysitters. People don't have 20 babysitters to keep their children.
Yeah.
Okay, people don't have that. So I like that she said that. And she said, I didn't have 20 babysitters. It wasn't that many. And we tried to do that, but he's run off babysitters. But here's my thing. He wants to control and say who. And like Mel said, this ain't the way I planned for my life to be. The same people that you talking about me and turning against me for, how would they feel if they know that you be trying to get back with me? I said, speak a word. Speak a word. Because the fact of the matter is, the same thing that y'all regurgitating out y'all mouth, that he's telling y'all, Tisha, I need you to understand, you're regurgitating what he said out your mouth because that's what your husband is also saying to you, and you feel some type of way about the male trying to break up your marriage. Meanwhile, if we go by people outside of the marriage breaking up marriages, your husband was an active participant in bringing slow, sloppy, slow money for Mel's husband to his mistress. So your husband also facilitated in that marriage in the same way you hold her accountable for the stuff that come out of Martell's mouth, because those two were one. Well, since those two were one and his actions reflect on her, y'all two are one and his actions reflect on you. So you was actively participating according to your logic. Now, do you believe that? No. Them men was doing what them, people was doing. And that's just period. That's what happened. If my girl cheating, I tell her she wrong if she wrong, but I ain't about to sit up in here and go, run to her spouse and be like, girl, you wrong. But now if it come out, child, then it come out, that's on you. You deal with it. But y'all are actively saying the same things that y'all want him to say. But the fact of the matter is your husband only saying that because him and Martell are DDGs. They DDNs. I'm sorry, not DDG. Not DDG. They DDNs. Do dirt niggas. They do dirt
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
So he don't want Martell to spill on him because we know that Martell will do it. And you repeating it because y'all want to stay on his good side because you don't want him to spill what he
The
know about your
ball.
husband, i.e., like he spilled on the reunion that he sent you receipts about your husband buying another woman a Mercedes. You trying to keep your stuff hush hush. Meanwhile, you believe in the woman who told you, "Oh, I was gonna say I cheated on your husband, cheated with your husband, but they ain't pay me enough." So I didn't say it, but I'm coming to tell you about it. That makes absolutely whatever. But these are the people that y'all turning against. But at the same time, if he'll do this to the mother of his children, baby, he will exactly do it to y'all. And when Mad Day come and you no longer play ball game like y'all be throwing y'all little slick shade, the same thing he's doing to Mel, he's gonna do to y'all because he's in a downward spiral. And I am so sick of everybody coddling him from his mom on down. The time the coddle and swaddle was when he was a goddamn baby. He a grown ass man. Sir, you did this. All roads lead back to you. You did what you did, and then you made the co-parenting experience a horrible one. So therefore, you don't get the control. At the end of the day, we were in a peaceful place. Then y'all can say, "Hey, I'm going out of town, so I need you to keep the kids. Can we off switch? Whatever, whatever, whatever." It can't happen because you made it impossible for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You made it absolutely impossible for it to happen. So it's not happening. Because the minute she begins to try to even rely on you for you to accommodate her in that way, y'all back at court. Y'all back at court saying she don't have time for the kids, which you already tried to say. So if you're already trying to paint me as a bad mother, why in good God would I depend on you for a babysitter? The same way when it's your time, you go find your babysitter. The same way when it's my time, I go find mine. I don't have to tell you what's going on in my household because when we were in the household, you had your dick outside the household. So once you put your dick outside the household, you stepped outside the household, and that's where you stayed. That's where you stay at. Mm-hmm. So you run your household, and I'm gonna run mine accordingly, and that's it. That's all.
Here's the other thing about that Nola too is when he was like, excuse me, when he says, she be going to town, and I be at home. I just feel like the kids should be with me. That sounds good. It sounds really good, right? And we can all be like, "Oh yeah, she should call Martell." No, I didn't have babysitters for with my older kid's father. I mean, my mom. I paid babysitters. I didn't pay anybody to watch my kids because I had family. But when it came to if I wanted to go out and I needed my kid's father to watch said kids, he said, I got plans. And that's what would happen. See, it sounds good in Martell's head to say, "Oh yeah, I'll watch my kids. She never calls me. I can watch my kids." You're gonna run the streets, and you're gonna want to do what you want to do when you want to. And the moment she puts that trust in you and say, "You know what? I'm not gonna even use no babysitters. I'm just gonna call Martell." You're gonna be that first person to be like, "Hey Mel, I can't do it today. I got something to do." You know what I mean? So it's almost like a catch-22. It's almost like it sounds good that you want to watch your kids, but God done going well. You're not going. It's gonna be a time where y'all both doing something. Y'all both can't watch them. So yeah, she's got in place the handful or however many she needs. Whoever she has, I believe she trusts these people. I don't think she's just bringing out. "Oh, you know what? Let me go find that. Let's go nanny.com or something." I don't see her doing that. Mel is a very good mom.
Even attested to it wasn't just like anybody. It was just the fact that he said it was 20 people. This weekend it was her auntie. Next weekend it was her cousin. Then it was her mama. And then it was her brother. I mean, these are safe spaces. What do you mean?
There you go. What are you talking about? I don't understand that. I can't believe it. He's so stupid in that moment. Like you are saying to Nell, like, "Oh yeah, I just wish you would bring." Even Nell, I love Nell for saying, "I don't believe she had 20. Martell, 20? Nah. Martell was like, no, it was 20. She like, did you meet all 20? Oh, no. Yeah, because there is not 20 to be had. Like, are you stupid? I just can't stand people that embellish a group. Now, if it's handful and like you just said, a princess, those people that you just named, he should have a problem. And where's your village? Do Miss Marlene watch your child? Does Miss Marlene ask to keep the kids? Because I know my mom was a stay-at-home grandmother, and I could drop the kids off whenever I needed to. I don't see Miss Marlene saying, y'all know what, to alleviate it, I'm going to take the kids. I'll watch them whenever y'all I don't see it. Hey, Shark. I was saying I love you earlier when you told me I look cute. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I'm her baby mother. Y'all know that. But with all respect, I love when she said that. With all respect, that's baby mother.
If she leaving town, I want to know why. Why?
That's you. You want to know too much. You want to know too much. You want to
sit on Instagram like the rest of us. Get your troll page and be quiet and sit on Instagram like everybody else.
You know what? Goodbye. Not the troll page. I can't do it.
I'm sure he got a few of them. Didn't we see some comments somewhere last
Oh,
week?
yeah. I think he was in our comments. I think I was Fred Country, McLean. Yeah, him. I think that's Martell. That's one of his. For sure.
Now she trying to make it to the menthol ball.
Yes,
I don't know if I would want Miss Marlene watching my kids all the time, to be honest.
She be off the red cup.
She be getting touched like back, you know. And 4 kids is a lot of kids to watch. So,
and then,
is really blessed, because I know if you get to asking me, can I watch 4 kids? I might be like, God bless you. Give me one, go find the other 2, you know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it ain't for everybody, but I just feel like, and if that's it, here's the other thing: is Martell bringing anybody to the fold? Like, are you screening any babysitters? Are you screening anybody that can watch your children? Are you leading all to Mel and then talk about her too? Like, how dare you?
Or we saw the picture with him, Sheree, and the kids out to eat. Did you call Mel, since you're not actively in a relationship with this woman, and say, hey, I want to introduce the kids to Sheree?
They went out and ate?
Yeah, you don't remember when that picture was circulating on the internet with them out eating?
I didn't see it.
In the restaurant, and it was him, the kids, and Sheree.
Oh yeah, and they asked him about introducing the kids to Sheree. And I do not think he cleared it with Mel before he did that. And he said, well, I feel like Sheree is a great mom and she's a great person. And you know,
and has Sheree and Mel been here's my thing. Don't you dare introduce nobody to my child unless I've met that said person. Like, have you introduced Sheree to Mel? No. So you want me to have you have my children around somebody you met? Because Mel said she has no issues with Sheree. None whatsoever. She's a beautiful lady and all that. She said that, right? So why have we not introduced the 2 ladies so that she can feel comfortable? I met Sheree. We're good. And then you go introduce your children. Yes, it's the backwardsness of it all. The backwards, as I say, hey, Chef Don Don, hey. It's crazy to me. Like, go introduce, I don't care. It's saying a lot. You not introducing Mel to Sheree means that you are not into Sheree like that. Period. It's all for show. Period. Okay, kid. I know he can't afford no babysitter. I know this. I know this.
Big Queen, I said that, girl. I said that. So we're going to move on from the Melly Mel of it all. Okay.
I'm going to go off the screen for a hot second. I need to go refill my drink. I'm still listening.
Okay. So we're going to pull it up. Go move on from the Melly Mel of it all to the Tisha and Courtney of it all. Okay, so they're sitting down talking, and Tisha walk in. There's a new bartender at Black. Glad to see Jalen ain't doing all the jobs in Black no more. Hallelujah, and thank God for that. Um, but she was saying she's seen him on a payroll, but she never met him. I'm like, all right, girl, business must be booming. Okay, y'all can hire some more people. Um, and with that being said, the cousin Courtney come in and she like, hey girl, how you doing? We can get some good drinks. That's why we meeting here. And honestly, I am mad at a girl promote Black every time. Promote Black, promote Black, promote Black. But I also, girl, when we gonna find about this journal that you got going on and everything else that you have, which we now know she got a broker's license. Okay, yes, that bartender was fine, baby. Ooh, the first thoughts I thought was, okay, another one of Tisha's cousins to come in and talk about another one of Tisha's cousins. So eventually, I mean, I just feel like Mel and Martell are going to be phased out because we getting too many of Tisha and Marceau people. And maybe Mel and Martell people don't want to be on the show, but it's slowly evolving into that, in my opinion. Tisha said, "Oh, girl, you looking like me," and I'm like, "Baby, all y'all look alike. Them jeans run strong." And she like, "That's a compliment." And cousin Courtney was like, "Ha ha." So she's sitting there. She said about getting her broker's license, and she want to know if she would come work for her at the Scott brokerage. And the look on that cousin face was like, "Girl, fuck no." But she was polite about it and was like, "Girl, I I just moved somewhere to another brokerage, so I would, need to get things straight and this, then the third. But when I was going to college and I was moving down here, y'all let me come stay with y'all, and Kiki also offered me to stay with her. And what it's gonna take for y'all to get back in a better place? Long story short, Tisha says she doesn't trust Kiki. Kiki needs to do the work. Okay, and she don't want her to just say she's doing the work. She want her to do the work, and be genuinely good, but she doesn't trust Kiki. So go ahead, Princess, give me your thoughts on that.
You on mute, sis?
Okay, maybe she stepped away.
Okay, no, I'm here.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Maybe she stepped to go get her drink too.
I'm sitting
Right.
on the floor and I moving out. Couldn't find it. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Okay. I don't have much to say about this, but you did trigger a thought in me. Let's not forget, we don't know if they were serious about going to Bessemer or not. Okay. Doing that spin-off show. And in order to do a spin-off show, most times you have to introduce characters. You have to create that, that family or uh, that dynamic. Okay, we're going from what is this, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now we're traveling down to Bessemer. That was a cute little girl. For me, it was like, okay, Tisha trying to introduce her brokerage and being a boss, as she would like to. Well, I guess she is, I guess, but I think they're trying to give her some type of um, identity in this show. But one thing I will say is I'm not hating on Tisha, but she'll never be a Melody Cherie. It's just a fact. It just is what it is. I'm not a Melody hater. Melody, I know you think I hate you. I don't. I used to be a big fan when the show first started, but just, as this divorce proceeding started to get, that stuff got fuzzy. But they will never be a Melody Cherie. And I think they're just trying to create something to emulate her, to follow up behind her. Yeah, so now they have to bring all of this family to support Tisha and Marceau to like build some type of show. I guess, child, we'll see.
Honey, Courtney is a cute little girl. She is. They all. What
They're
I do
all
know,
beautiful.
them all got them deep genes. Like you can tell if they was all in the same room, if you wouldn't be asking them if they're all sisters. besides cousins. Like they all have a look. You definitely know that they're related. Um, I like Courtney. Courtney, I don't know how old she is. She looks young, but I can't gauge really how old she is. I'm with Miss Bernice. Miss Bernice said, how you gonna ask me to ask me to leave my spot, and you just opened up this spot. You asking me to, and she just started with this brokerage. So it's like I was a little perturbed. I don't know. Tisha made me mad. Like, you're not gonna tell me I'll meet up with our cousin if you come to my thing. Like, girl, shut up. You gonna meet up with our cousin because I said, well, we gonna meet up. I ain't gotta come work in your stuff for y'all to come talk. That's stupid. So Tisha, sometimes she show her immaturity. That's immature. And when she's talking about I'm so old, girl, you're not that old. Shut up. And then I feel like Tisha is really holding on to being mad at Kiki. I don't feel like she has a real reason. I still like I don't see why they're still mad at each other. To be completely honest, I don't understand what they're still mad at each other for. And the fact that Tisha is so mad at Kiki, like y'all did stuff to each other, right? You did this, she did that, y'all did this to each other, right? Why are you so mad, Tisha? Like I can't do it with Kiki. She like Tisha, she ain't did nothing that to me. I don't y'all can tell me what she did. If y'all can tell me what she did that Tisha can be that mad at her cousin where they're not even with the puppet. Like if anybody should be mad, I feel like it should be Kiki. That's just me. I think Kiki should be more mad than Tisha. That's my opinion. I don't feel like Tisha really has a real reason to be as mad as she is as Kiki. I don't.
Hold on. Okay, go scroll back up to Pacquiao rules doing this syllable work.
Oh, I know. He said it's not. It's
His
realtor.
notes on me because
Realtor is 2 syllables, not
because
real.
that's what part of what I teach during the week, and I had to go back and learn the correct way to do this. Real tort. So when you're
Yeah.
looking for syllables, Martell, right? It's going to. I tell my kids it bounces however many times. Okay, a syllable is the way you say a word when you speak it or hear it. So each vowel sound is for each syllable. So the E and A serves as one vowel because it's the E sound. So that's your first syllable, and the O is the second one. And that is why realtor has 2 syllables.
2 syllables. Realtor. It's not real because the first of all the A is not behind the L. The A is not behind the L. It's not realtor. It's realtor. Like let's get it together, y'all. All right. So I don't like the cousins feuding. I don't. I don't like cousins feuding. And blood is thicker than water. I think any relationship, whether it's cousins, sisters, friends, it has to be. You have to build it and you have to work on it. It has to be a two-way street. And I feel like they're not doing that. As cousins, they're not trying to come together. They will, but I don't feel like it's cohesive right now. I feel like Tisha's still in the blame game. I'm blaming you. Go blame your husband. Go blame your husband for some stuff. Go as hard as you're going on your cousin. Go that hard on your husband, and then I'll be okay. She don't go as hard on him to me. She goes harder on her cousin. I don't like it.
Oh, it's my go.
Yeah, she'll go.
My God, today.
Please like the video, y'all.
My God, today. My God, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Um, First of all, I think it is absolutely horrible to see in your cousin's face that she did not want to come work with you, but used the fact that she wanted peace to get her to do what you wanted her to do. I did not like the fact, like, I get what the cousin was saying, maybe Kiki is feeling a certain type of way because she's in mourning of her life not being in a certain place. But at the end of the day, that's not nobody's story to tell but her own.
Right.
It's the lack of accountability for me. It's the everybody gotta kiss Tisha ass, and she too is another one who nobody holds accountable
Come on.
for her actions and her part in it as well. So, Ray Ray, girl, you my girl. You my girl, and I love you. I love you, girl.
Ray, really?
But here's where we gonna disagree.
I didn't read it. I see it now.
Here's where we gonna disagree. You said Tisha did nothing to Kiki. Let me tell you something. When she let this man in his dentures,
Thank you.
when she cleaned them teeth that night after they had soaked in that denture cup, and she let this man put in his teeth to go run down her cousin business about something that she was ashamed of at the moment before she was ready to share it. She wasn't out here sucking dick for a rock. She was stealing out of people's houses for no rock. Did she take some pills out of family members' house? Yes. She willingly admitted that. She wasn't going around to everybody's house doing it. It was family members. And I'm not saying that it should have been from anybody. But when you let your bald mouth, girdle head wearing ass husband with his titties that stank because Wanda told us and he need to put some tussie up under them. When you let his lame Brian girdle wearing, bra wearing ass sit up there and run your cousin down to the ground with somebody else, that's what she did. That was the first level of betrayal. Period. Now, like I said, let me tell you something. I can accept your apology, but we ain't gonna act like Tisha is still sitting up here acting like she did something wrong. And everybody in Tisha's life say what they want her to say, because when you don't agree with her, when you don't go with her narrative, then like everybody else, if Kiki would have said, no, I'm still hurt or whatever, you can tell by the way everybody in the family responds that she would have been shunned from that family. Because everybody looking like she was wrong. And at the end of the day, them talking about her addiction, like I said from jump. If I was Kiki, I would have said, girl, I ain't about to answer that question for you. You know what I'm saying? I understand you're trying to clear your name, and I mean, if you want to put me out, fine, girl, but I ain't about to answer no questions for you about my cousin.
Don't the Bible say that you supposed to forsake everybody and cleave to your husband and be with your
girl? Let me tell you something. I love the Lord, yes I do. But the Bible said you got to stand by your husband and no bullshit.
That's what don't commit adultery.
No, listen. I'm tired of people not holding. Everybody wanted to come for Kimmy when she didn't want to lie for Tisha, but Tisha set her ass down there with Kawasaki and was dragging for Kimmy. Why is it that everybody owes Tisha loyalty, but she don't have to show none to nobody else? Bullshit. That is complete and utter bull. I'm not about to let you as my husband tell my cousin business. I would have said, listen, hey, girl, you know what you got going on. You need to let these people know before you be in their house. That's the way you handle your family when you love your family. That's the way you handle your family when you love your family. You don't go out there and expose them. And let me tell you something. Kiki has apologized, right? So by theory, people are saying Tisha apologized, so Kiki just needs to get over it. Okay, and Tisha can right? So Kiki need to get over it because Tisha apologized. But yet now we have seen Kiki since last season, since the reunion, on several interviews, on several lives. Because God knows Kiki, my girl, and she can talk. And she has said several times, I love my cousin. I never meant to hurt my cousin. She has apologized several times. So why is it okay for Tisha to be able to still sit in her hurt, but Kiki can't sit in hers? No, absolutely not.
That's basically what Kiki told her, though. That's what Kiki was. Oh, that's why in the confessional, when Tisha was like, "Oh, I just wish she would I'm so tired. She don't get it." I'm like, Tisha, you don't get it. Like for me, I was thinking she paralleled them together. Y'all both were in the wrong for certain things y'all done. Why is Kiki so much more wrong than Tisha? Ray.
And what she said wasn't detrimental. What she said wasn't exposing something that it's a difference between saying you had to face infidelity, which we found out you really did have to face infidelity, right? You did. You was mad because she didn't come up on it in a lie. And let's not act like y'all tried to act like, oh, you knew like all of this. I knew Kiki was coming on a show, but she wasn't coming on the show. I didn't know she was coming on the show to talk about me, this and the third. Like y'all wasn't gonna be, like you wasn't gonna be discussed. That's your cousin. But long as everybody, if she would have acted like the puppet you wanted her to be, see, you was mad because you was mad because she came on here and she didn't say Mel was trying to actively ruin your marriage. That's why your mama, your raggedy mom with them nasty ass potatoes around here serving raccoon nuts to people, leaving potato salad outside the sparrow, ain't got it on no ice, serving it to people, and now she want a goddamn food truck set up here and goddamn saying we knew Kiki was coming on a show, but she didn't follow the script, meaning she didn't do what the hell they wanted her to do. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, Kiki didn't know Mel like that. Kiki didn't know Mel like that. Kiki wasn't friends with Mel like that. When Kiki was friends with Mel first, and then when Kiki came out here with her CVS receipt after receipt after receipt of her and Mel knowing each other and all the stuff that Mel wanted to invite her to, and this and the third, y'all dragged Kiki for filth saying Kiki was a liar. And then last season, at the end of the season, when Carlos was reviewing the show, he said Kiki was always at Mel events. She just wasn't mic'd up, and how they knew each other. So Tisha was caught in the lie, and Kimmy was caught in the lie with that. So we're not gonna play. She didn't go run to a separate person. So it was okay for you to talk to Mel, who you do not like, to bump your cousin out of this bag that you are now getting from this show. Because that's what y'all used it for. That's what y'all withhold it for. But now I can't talk about this. I can't do the same thing to you that you did to me. Bullshit. You use my stuff to get a bag, bitch. I'm about to use it too. So at the end of the day, are they both wrong? They are both wrong, in my opinion. She should have shown enough shut her husband the hell down. Period.
I agree.
You hold everybody accountable for your marriage except for your wide body ass back husband who we seen laid up in that goddamn bed. That's who you need to hold accountable for your marriage being in disarray. The man who continue, leave infidelity out of it. The denture grip wearing damn bastard that goddamn disrespect you on every level. Use you for your money and your credit for the business, and then let somebody come remove your stuff off the desk and put up their damn diploma as if you just a regular no blow. No respect for you in business. No respect for you as a wife.
And is the son gonna come for his ass too? Is the son gonna come for that bond
That's
too?
ruining your marriage. The man you lay next to every night. While you can identify black souls, but you can't identify that you lay next to one every night and you was birthed by one?
Not birthed by one. Not birthed.
Did you say birthed?
You said birthed by one.
She was birthed by one.
What was that? Who said that?
I said that. Nola Reed said that. She was birthed by a black soul.
Dark
Y'all
skin.
want
I
to,
thought you
they
said
you like
Bert.
Dark
to,
skin.
you don't never want to
I thought
hold
you said
yourself
Bert like
accountable.
as in
When y'all got up on this screen, because I went back and researched it, y'all got up on the screen and act like it was fair game to drag Evangelist Ness around there because she won't claim your half-baked ass brother. And truth be told, I wouldn't have told nobody I got my legs open for that nasty bastard too. Because he looked like he smelled like sour ass cottage cheese. But because you wore a shirt trying to shade Mel and they took that shade and ran a sale with it, and all she said was, as featured tonight on the show, team wife shirts with a discount, and y'all use that for an excuse to drag the piss out of that lady. No accountability. Y'all felt like y'all was okay, but Mel done been every type of hoe in Bessemer, every time a hoe in Huntsville, and her mom done been a hoe in Alabama. Said by your black soul having ass mama.
Burnt as in DDE, not birth by black soul.
No, birth. B-I-T.
No, I thought
Labor and delivery. Bird.
Marceau had DDE and he had been out in the streets. That's
No, it's accountability. It's accountability on
Can
both
y'all put
sides.
your glasses? Can y'all put the glasses? Can y'all put the glasses in the chat? Because somebody
The
just got
truth of the matter is, I want them cousins to work on their relationship. But in order to work on their relationship, y'all gonna both have to dig deep within and tell the truth on both sides. Express all of hers. Because it ain't just a hurt about what was said to Mel. I'm pretty sure it was other things. Like Kiki have said, it was several other things that was said after she accepted that apology. So you can apologize, but if your behavior ain't changed, then your apology don't mean a goddamn thing. So let's be clear. You have all of this animosity towards Kiki, but according to Kiki, footage that we didn't even see, y'all still owe her money that she helped y'all get black with. But you got all this but you could never forgive?
You mean black, the one that nobody was in when Tisha was there? And she was wondering
well, I'm not gonna say nothing about that because you gotta pay them people. You gotta, so that might be why when we there's not people in there, because when they go live, there are people that be in there. But they don't want to give out all of them cards, sad cards.
I got what you're saying. It was looking a little skinny in there. I was a little nervous.
So when they got up and they met up and Kiki's sitting down there, and I am like I tell y'all, the unspoken says everything to me. When they were sitting down there talking, and she was like, Tisha, I never meant to hurt you. That was not my intention. And Tisha, but I can't trust you. And what if I would have spoke on your marriage? And I'm like, girl, listen, Kiki, girl, I love you, girl. Girl, I know you love you, but I'm gonna need your face to stop telling it. And I'm gonna need you to tell it, because at the end of the day, I'd have been like Candy and holler, speak on it, because we would have spoke on it. We would have spoke on both of the marriages, both of them, because I know she no more dirt.
I was say we can do it. Let's get it out. Let's do it right here.
Let's go ahead and talk about it. But I really listen. At the end of the day, don't you keep sitting up there and apologizing. And when you say you mad at me for X, Y, and Z, however, you did this. And then you got the audacity, as beautiful as you looked in that orange. Girl, you was wearing that orange, girl. You was wearing that orange, girl, because I've been wearing your ass out. So I'm going to give you a compliment, girl. You was looking good in that orange. She really did.
That cutie orange, girl. You was looking at that cutie orange, girl. You was cute.
And you a beautiful woman, but when you want to sit up there and you want to talk about, but she won't take no accountability. I said, if it's one thing Huntsville don't have, if one thing Huntsville gonna have, and what they have too much of, is audacity. Y'all got too much audacity. The audacity.
It was a lot of audacity.
You to sit your behind up in there and talk about somebody who don't never want to take accountability, yet you don't take no accountability for nothing. Girl, get the fuck. Girl, get the fuck. You are so self-centered. You are so used to the Kool-Aid that everybody that Wanda poured everybody, because they don't want to have to deal with your mom for saying something about you, so everybody just kisses your ass. But the fact of the matter today is, baby, you gonna run across somebody in life who ain't gonna give a damn about you or your mom, and they're gonna let your ass have it. behind the bullshit that you do. You expect loyalty, undying loyalty for everybody when you don't give it. You expect other people to be accountable when you lack accountability.
That don't work. That don't even sound
It don't
right.
work like that. It don't feel that way. You can't do it.
Shaggy, you like that?
It
You
don't
like
work.
the rough
And
people
when we
that
want to get the spilling stuff like you're talking about, oh, if people don't like it, if I don't want to be angry and just get the saying stuff. Well, girl, understand the mouth work both ways, baby. And everything that you don't want said can be said. Because we know it's more than that girl who was messaging him the booty pictures
please.
that he likes, because your whole family, when Marcel said, let me say it, and Kiki said, say it. And she went about to say
Wanted
it.
you to.
Your whole
She
family
wanted
got the hell
the
up.
cousin was
Your
like,
whole family
yeah, they
exposed
did.
you and your husband,
She
truth be
probably should have
told,
been
when we
ashamed to
watched the
even
Keisha took
say
on
that.
Marcel across the tracks. Your whole family told it when they cornered that Negro and told him everything about how he feel, how he handle you, and what you do, and all of the cheating rumors, because they all knew. When Kiki was about to spill it, they all grabbed her and say no. So your whole damn family know. Everybody in Bessemer know. Hell, people in Montgomery might know. Go to hell.
What you say, Princess? Woo! Go,
She
Princess.
probably should have been ashamed to even say that. Like, that. Oh yeah, he got booty pics, and that it wasn't shit cute about that to me.
Oh
Excuse
yeah.
me.
No.
Now we know men will be men and they might peruse, but the fact that you're gonna say the woman randomly had the audacity to send you anything of her nether regions, and it was in your phone long enough for you to keep it for me to notice, or she didn't get cursed out, or maybe you should have referred her to me and said, look, this is my wife, maybe you would like to let her know about this way. This shouldn't have went no further, and she shouldn't have been employed. She shouldn't have felt comfortable enough around you to even do any of said dealings. It's just so much around that foolishness. I get tired of them gaslighting us as an audience with the foolishness.
That's what it is. That's
I'm
exactly what
over
it is.
it. I'm
I,
over it.
I don't
You
want to
want to
be
talk
gassed.
about Kiki shouldn't be allowed in nobody's house. Meanwhile, your husband, and your mom was allegedly around here boosting and boasting. Well, hell, you shouldn't have been in the people's house either. I'm just saying. But that's my final thoughts on everything. What y'all got?
For me, I'm waiting. I want to see the next episode. I want to see who the son is talking to when he says, "I would never talk to my spouse like that." I said, "Whoa, the son gonna say that?" I want to see who he's talking to, because if he checks his father, if he checks his dad, I'm gonna be so here for it, because this makes me so happy that I have 3 sons. Like, that's what I love about my sons. Like, I don't care when it comes to men things. Like, bruh, don't get too out of pocket when my mama's sitting right here. So I'm really hoping that it's the son checking Marcel. I really hope so, because he needs to be checked. I'm serious. He has been getting away with too much, and he just running about blaming pointing fingers at Mel, pointing fingers at Kiki, pointing fingers at the TV show. No, there is some things going on with your husband. And your cousins know it. You know it. Whether you want to blame Kiki, like, you've been coming from my husband. Y'all came for Kiki first. I don't care. Y'all came for Kiki first. Y'all on a reality show. And if the reality is your husband might be sneak creeping around on you, then that's what it is. And that's what I'm gonna bring to the table. So I'm not never gonna be mad at Kiki for that. I'm like, you broke up. If I come for your husband, come for him. Come for him. What you got on my husband? The fact that you would even say that to me lets me know we ain't cool. Like, we ain't cool. Because the fact that you would even, what if I came for your husband? Then now you're adding another layer to what is already going on. Because you came for me, then I came for your husband, since this is gonna get your attention. And now you're telling me, but if I come for your husband, then what? Then we're gonna have a big problem. Houston, we have a problem. We have a real big problem here. So we can either go like Michelle Obama, we can go high or we can go low. What you want to do? I feel like Kiki has way more um, proof or knows way more because the way, if we go back, the way the cousins was like, Kiki, don't do it. There is something there. And like you said, Nola, they could hold this show if they be honest. If they be honest, they could hold the show. They really could.
Uh, okay, there we go. I think just, first of all, that my whole thing is none of this stuff should have made it to the TV unless she put it on the TV. Period. Um, Joking about drug addiction, DV, assault, anything that are close to home like that, it shouldn't have been discussed with nobody. Even if Melody is her friend, that should have been her business and her place to mention it to her friend. Okay. Um, how do you know that doing that foolishness wouldn't have caused her to relapse or anything like that? It
Oh,
just was messy. It was terrible, and it didn't show any allegiance to the family. Okay, even if you not blood, you know what I'm saying. Tisha, I'm with you. No, I'm just really just joshing you. Tisha should have checked her husband a long time ago. Um, just because if you get married, my family is your family, and we're out here on TV. We have to be more mindful of what we say and what we do. If she wanted to do defamation or whatever, just like, and I correlate even this thing with Stormy, what we talk about uh, earlier,
mhm,
where the public goes with stuff, and I understood where Stormy was coming from. When we reported this last year, and they said it was something to be said, we got all kind of messages saying, "Oh, Kiki had bed bugs," and I had brought this to y'all, and I said I'm not going to repeat that because
right.
we don't know what it was that was
It's
said,
not
and guess
factual.
it was the furthest thing away from bed bugs that it could have been, right?
Right.
Um, Rumors are not cute. It's always funny until they are about you. And I think that they should just be more careful about protecting one another as a unit. Um, but I'm tired of them. Besides that, are we going to talk about Mel crying? And thank you. I've been in 6K for a long time, but thank you for
About what?
Mel crying with the male.
Yes. With Nell. Mel crying with Nell. And her and
Um,
Nell.
She was like, "I'm over that."
I had Miss Reese. I had not seen the Tisha and Carlos King interview. I will watch that today. Nola had told me about it earlier today. I just didn't get a chance. I actually watched the show that we're reviewing today. I watched it this morning, or actually right before we went on. That's why we're a little late, y'all. Sorry, but I say to say, yeah, I plan to watch the Letitia and Carlos King interview and see what how she about to hopefully she ain't as squeaky. Hopefully her backbone is straight, and hopefully she ain't. You know, people about to kind of make that little pout face. They face go like this. I feel like Tisha every time she, even when she was talking to her cousin, when she was talking to Kiki, she makes this little face where she almost like she about to cry. It's like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Her face goes like this. So I will go watch that. I really feel like Tisha's still playing victim. I don't know why. If you're gonna play victim to your husband and make him tell you what he's been doing. Don't take it out on your family. Stop doing that. That's just stupid to me. And as far as Mel and Mel, that scene for me put a lot of things in perspective that Mel is going through. That we see Mel being a strong woman, um, pursuing her careers, doing what she wants to do, taking care of her kids. And to see her really break down a little bit with Nell, it just made me feel like, ugh. Like earlier when I was talking about Martell, I was telling y'all like I see it from both sides. She made me really, really, really say to Martell, like has done too much to turn around, and it's gonna take a long time for her to forgive him. Like she has to talk to him because they got kids, but forgiveness is a big thing, and I don't think she's not gonna be able to forgive him. I really don't. I don't think he's. I think he's went too far. He's said too much, disrespect her in such a manner. It's been on TV. It's been on the blogs. It's been so much disrespect. So to see Mel tell Neil like, he's trying to now. He already claimed for me as trying to be a HOE, trying to, be a BITCH and all this other stuff. And they're going to turn around. He's going to turn around and try to come on motherhood. Like, that's one thing a father a father for sure of this certain mother. A father should never come for the motherhood of any woman. Like, especially, I'm specifically to Mel. Mel is an excellent mother, just like Martell. We've been giving you your accolades. You're a good father. So for him to come and try to destroy or attack her motherhood, it's like that's it. Like I can't. It's one thing you came for me as me sucking and doing whatever I was doing, facial, whatever you was saying. But the fact that he came for motherhood, yeah, for me, you ain't. It's no comeback. There's no coming back, and I'm not sharing no babysitters. I'm not doing nothing for you. I'm like she's doing. I'm gonna sue you for full custody, and I'm gonna take my kids, and you'll get them in the summertime or whenever. But for the most part, yeah, no, you're not about to come for my motherhood. I ain't did nothing. You stepped outside of our marriage. You had another kid, and you gonna come for me about my motherhood? Oh no, Martell, you better be lucky, cause you got a baby mother that don't really ain't mean like that. She mean in her lashing, bro. Your house will be on fire. Like seriously, the stuff that you do, you better be lucky. Mel is the type of person she is, and I think that's why you do her the way you do her. You come for her in a certain way, knowing Mel's not gonna go too hard, too far, but in a minute, all I'm saying is, bro, you better shred lightly. Just tread lightly, because you're doing too much.
Um, I feel like at the end of the day,
Sure, her crying got on your nerve? Really? It didn't get on my nerve. She doesn't cry a lot, so I don't. For me, it didn't get on my nerve. I'm sorry, I'll to cut you off.
oh no,
I just, I
no,
really
it's
feel
okay.
like it ain't. I don't feel like Mel cries a lot. Scorpio don't really cry a lot, and she's a Scorpio. They don't cry a lot. They're very secretive. They are to themselves. They don't let you know a lot of things. Um, so for me, she don't cry a lot. And when she did cry in that moment, I was like, ooh, Mel's been dealing with too much. And we expect her to just, the fact that she keeps moving on, she keeps persevering, her album out, doing shows, bro. I don't think you understand. When me and my older kid's father broke up, I was devastated. I was devastated. So
Felt for her because it felt authentic to me.
it's for honey. I told you, me and Mel have lived the same life, except for my kid's father did not have a kid on me. So I really empathize with Mel a lot. But I also look at it because I've been through it and it's been years. I've been with my husband 23 years this year. I was with my older kid's father for like 7 to 9 years, and then we officially broke up. But I say to say that it was a lot. I see nothing outside of my older kid's father. Like that was my rock, that was my life, and I wasn't even married to him, so I can only imagine Mel being married to him and this happening to her, and then her have to keep moving on and persevering and not wallow in pity. So when her tears came, I didn't feel like, oh, here she go again crying. Like it was not that. I felt like, ooh, this is serious. This is Mel is still in this area. Martell is still affecting her. I need for Martell to affect her no more. And it's gonna come. Because like I said, me and my older kid's father, it was a time where everything he did affected me. He did stuff to affect me. It was purposely done. And because we were in love, I allowed it to happen. Once the funny thing is, once Mel really cuts this fool all the way off, which he's been doing, hence the don't walk me to my car, don't ask me to pray for me, don't do none of that. Because look, bro, the only reason why I even talk to your weird ass is because we got children. So if it ain't about the kids, bro, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about nothing else unless it's the children. Because I ain't got nothing for you. I have nothing for you. As a scorned woman, that is how we do. That's how I feel. And I just feel like Mel has been more than reasonable with this dude. She's been more than reasonable. And I feel like he keeps taking it advantage of. And in a minute, this Scorpio, she gonna sting him. She gonna claw this fool. She gonna sting him, and it's gonna be over. Curtains.
I felt for her, especially when she said, I can't imagine not seeing my kids every
Oh,
day, and feeling how she was feeling with that. I can definitely understand and relate to that. Um, and it just let me know that what I was saying and feeling, because y'all know I've been telling y'all, she keeps saying, I'm okay, I'm fine. And remember, I kept saying, she's not okay, she's not fine. This is not something easy to deal with.
I. She's
This
not
is
fine.
not something easy to deal with. And I just wanted her to say, I'm not okay. And so in this moment, while I wasn't thrilled for her not being okay, I was glad she finally said it. Like, it lets people know,
She
who
got
don't
feelings. It
understand,
hurts.
that it hurts. You have
Yeah.
feelings. Um, and that this isn't an easy task, um, for you to deal with. Like I can't imagine ever being taken to court for my children to be taken away from me. The amount of viciousness
I
that would,
got
the vitriol that will be in my heart. I swear
you.
to God, if your mama peed and Jade walked in the street, I'm bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I agree with
can't,
that. I didn't have that, Nola. I didn't.
I
My
can't. You know
my
what I'm
kids
saying?
like didn't do that. I can't imagine. I
I
can't
can't
imagine.
imagine that. And so for me, um, I was glad, like, I was glad that she said it, right? Because I don't think people understand when you're in a relationship, and this is how I look at it, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. When I look at a marriage breaking up, right? Let's say it's
Mm-hmm.
just the two people. That's your marriage breaking up. At some point, hopefully, you marry somebody who is your friend. So not all divorces are amicable. So in the case where divorce isn't amicable, you're losing the person you thought was going to be your life partner and your friend. Now, double it with, you have kids and businesses, right? Businesses that they had to break apart. So you lost your business partner, you lost your marriage, you lost your family dynamic that it, which is your kids. So essentially, your whole life is falling apart. And then on top of having to deal with your whole life falling apart, granted, y'all signed up for a show, but it's in the public. And everybody's commenting on it. And then not only that, you was embarrassed publicly with a baby.
Mm.
On top of that, this woman is steadily dragging you as if you've wronged her. On top of you trying to pick up the pieces and put your life back together, and then you still got to deal with all of the drama, and you trying to keep yourself busy so that you can maintain a lifestyle in which you've become accustomed to doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to deal with without a break. And you going and going and going and going and going and going and going, and at some point you gotta stop going
And
while
deal with
going. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, you gotta stop going and going and have time for your mind to deal with these things. And I think she's compartmentalizing and moving. I think keeping her busy helps her achieve the goals that she already had to do, but also help her from thinking about it on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you,
ultimately,
Cheryl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got you, Cheryl. I was referring to what you were saying. I got you. Go ahead, sis.
ultimately, what I do hope is that there is some resolve. I hope ultimately that Martell gets the help truly that he needs, because you now have 3 daughters and 2 sons. And whether you like it or not,
Mm.
your actions are setting the tone for all of them, not just your sons, your daughters too, because you supposed to set the tone for how a man is supposed to treat a woman. And you ain't set a good one, right?
Right.
Even with Mel, how you moving and how
won't
you
even be able
handling
to tell
this.
him that he didn't make a good example of.
But I mean, we know he don't recognize that, but that's what I'm saying. I want him to get the help that he needs. Even with Mel, with how she's moving and handling this, she's ultimately setting the tone for her daughters and her son as well. Her daughters on how to move and be treated and not be treated, and when to accept and when to know when to walk away and when to know enough is enough. And
That's
her
good.
son on how a woman is gonna handle you if you don't treat her right. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get better, but I also hope, and not pointing blame on either one of them, because at the end of the day, we can all take so much. But that Twitter war they had is gonna forever be out there, and they 2 oldest kids is old enough to Google and watch everything that's being said. So while he think he being slick for the cameras, but them children live it. They live in you questioning them about what's going on in their mama house. I want you to think about that, because one day you may be old and need dentures like your good friend Marceau. And you gonna want your children to buy you clothes that fit, because you can't buy none. If you get to the point where you need diapers changed, you gonna want them to change it, and you better hope that they either want to take care of you themselves or put you in a retirement home or a little senior assisted living home where you're gonna be taken care of, and not the ones that's gonna leave you wet with bed sores on your ass because they feel like you deserve it, and be resentful. That's not to mention you wanting Mel to covet you and your divorce and not explain to your kids what really happened. Meanwhile, they was riding with you and your daughter was traumatized by seeing you out with that woman and looking out
Oh,
of
yeah.
the window and screaming out of the window to get away from her daddy. So those are all memories that's gonna stick and deal and dwell with these children. And so even in that, I can understand her crying out of frustration, because when they have questions and when they have this, that, and the third, guess what? They gotta go to their mama and get it explained to them. So child, you better hope what you're not doing is making your children resentful. And I want both of them to handle it in a way where their children are not resentful towards them. But he better hope that they want to take care of them. And that's Knox included, because look at how he talked about his mama and called his mama a peasant and called her 15%. Hell, a tip is 18% minimum. Now he called that woman less than a tip. And he think it's okay, and he see nothing wrong with it, and that's frustrating. That's gotta be frustrating to know how somebody is tormenting you, yet smiling for the cameras and people are dragging you.
Hmm.
But you know what you're dealing with, and you ain't really trying to go there and expose it. That's got to be stressful and hurtful and breaking down in tears when you said, let's just keep the custody agreement the way it is, but because you wanted to hurt me and punish me, because audacity ran rampant in my veins like it ran rampant in yours, and I had the audacity to leave you and not put up with your bullshit, and now you want to torment me by taking my children away from me. So you know what I'm saying? You dealing with all of that, because when those kids break down or have emotions or feel a certain type of way, baby, listen, it would hit the same way he recorded them giving a speech. I would need to still recording of them truly opening up and saying how he feel, because Martell does not seem like a safe space. So if he does not seem like a safe space and he's not a safe space for his children, guess who also got to deal with that on top of what they're going through when those kids having whatever emotions that they are dealing with?
Mel. And that's
Hmm.
what I wanted to say is like all of the games and the shenanigans is for his personal thoughts. But what about the kids and how they feel and how they have to, deal with this stuff and the repercussions of it? Like, they're gonna see all that stuff, like you said, on the internet. They gotta go to school and be like, ain't your mama and dad did
Hmm.
this, did that? Like they have to deal with it all, and I don't think it's fair.
Agreed. Agreed. It's not fair.
Well, if that being said, any final thoughts, ladies?
I love you.
Um.
Shit, I gotta go sign in for work in a little bit. They better not work on my nerve. I'm gonna let. No, I'm just playing. I ain't activated. I only get passionate about it when we talking about it, but when it's over, y'all know I'm God. Child, I'm gonna watch the Love Is Blind.
Oh,
Watch the Love
girl,
Is Blind reunion.
I just got on with my client yesterday. I'm on episode 4, and I'm about to go binge watch. It's so good. So, anywho, but yes, I am. The episode was good. It came out hot last week. It's still continuing on. I'm so happy about that. I don't want no bull. I don't want fluff scenes. I don't. I didn't feel nothing fluffy about these scenes that we seen in the continuation of the first episode. I feel like they're still strong. We're still good. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm really looking forward to see who Lil Marceau is talking to. That's where I like my whole brain was like, Marceau, really? This is what you going? Please be talking to your daddy. Please be talking to your daddy, because I think you don't understand that his young kids are watching. They go to school. This is a topic across the board, and your kids are not exempt. They're not. So be careful with what you're saying and doing to their mom or whomever, because it can come back. That's all. I just can't wait to see that part. But as far as this episode, I was entertained. It was good.
I
Um,
have to watch Love Is Blind this season. I haven't even started you at the reunion.
yeah, it's
Jasmine,
10 episodes. It's 10 episodes, and I'm on 3. So we're together.
Jasmine, it's clear that you haven't followed this panel since the beginning because I don't have any vitriol, any feelings, especially negatively, about Miss Melody Cherie Rogers Holt. Okay. I am an equal opportunity dragger. If I see poor behavior, it is my job to give my truthful commentary about how I feel about the behavior of a person. Let's be clear. I call out the behavior. I don't know that lady to say I don't like her. Melody is a beautiful woman and she's a good singer. I think that she's had some dark situations during this show. But is she a terrible person? No. She's funny acting. My own daughter, I'll tell you, she funny acting. Certain people on this earth is just funny acting, and they get some timey, and that is a term that people use. You get some time, and you're like, "Oh, girl, you with me today, and you ain't with me later on at 6:30 at night." It happens. But
Mhm.
I don't have anything against Mel. You just heard me give her a compliment earlier, say that Tisha could never be a Mel. Okay,
Absolutely.
she's
Not
doing
else.
her boss thing. I think Martell brings out the worst in Mel sometimes,
Well, I
and
can't wait to see when he bring out the worst out of Sheree because it's coming.
yeah,
Know
I think
that
this show pushes
it's
her
coming.
to be
It's coming.
negative sometimes. With the behavior, the way they treat her.
Oh no, it's
I
equal
agree. I agree with you,
opportunity.
Sean.
It's equal
I agree with you.
opportunity. If I feel you
Yeah.
did something wrong, I'ma say it.
Yeah, these two are they both are equal opportunity draggers. They both are. Me myself, I'm not really a dragger. You have to really like I'm the person that I look at both sides, but for me, you really want to like you gotta really get on my bad side or it gotta resonate with me. That's how I look at it. It has to really resonate. And for me and Mel kind of were in the same kind of boat. That's why I said I empathize with her a whole lot. I do. I just didn't have he didn't have a baby on me, but and we weren't married, so that's the dynamic. Mel, we all make mistakes. We all do wrong stuff. Oh, Carol, really? So sweet. Pull
Thank
that
you,
up.
Carol, for the super chat. I appreciate you, love. Love you,
So
ladies
sweet.
that don't watch the show but love your perspectives. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love.
Girl, we really appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like Mel does get the ishy uh end of the stick because it's really kind of her show. She's the one that kind of brought it to the forefront about her husband. So Mel's gonna get a little bit of she's gonna get more flack than anybody else, right? So I get it. I don't think none of us ladies dislike Mel, but there is a lot of millimeters. And so we just try to give the perspective like Mel does wrong. She does. We all do. We all make mistakes. We all do stuff. It's not so one sided that Martell did cheat on her, but it's not so much like, oh well, what did Mel do? It's not about that for me. Or at least for me. It's not about that. It's more like she was cheated on, there's old baby, and if you put yourself in her shoes, how would you act? How would you react? And it's on TV, and it's played out in front of a lot of people, and bloggers and the internet is eating it up. So I feel like Mel is she's actually doing what she's supposed to do. She really is. She does what she's supposed to do. She don't create extra chaos. I think she knows that it would bring extra chaos to her family, so she doesn't. So yeah, I'm not a Mel basher or I'm not a Melameter either. I'm cool with Mel, but I empathize with her because I've been cheated on and my relationship broke up because of it, and I had children with said person, so I get it. I'm just pulling for them to get to the next level because even from the beginning, I was the one that was like, they're gonna be able to talk, they're gonna be able to co-parent, and people were like, I wouldn't talk to him. I'm like, yeah, you don't have children. You gonna say that because you don't have any kids. You can say that, but when you have children,
Yeah,
it's a
because
whole
I
different
don't
ball
want
game.
to talk to one of my children's fathers for the personal reasons, but we had reasons why we couldn't get along. But I had to have a mediator. I chose a mediator. Go there. That is never fun. Okay. So when I saw her looking at Neil like I don't never want to talk to him, it make you a little sad because y'all got a lot of kids, y'all got a lot of years left that y'all got to deal with each other. So that's
That's what I'm talking about. That's where me and my kid's father was. We were together. So not me. Well, I've been with my husband since my older kids were 8 and 5. They were 8 years old and 5 years old. And I even when my husband met me, he was like, "You gonna have my daughter?" I'm like, "My kid's father not gonna allow that." I don't know what you talking about. Um, so I like I say, I empathize with Mel a lot. I really, really do. It's a hard place to be in to shut your feelings off for somebody that you love and care for, and then you looking at your children's face and you see this man's face. You see his face, you see his attitude. She got a little Martell, I had a little Chris. So I get it. I get it. Like it's hard. That's a big pill to swallow. Trust me. To not take out the frustration you have on your kid's father or your kids, which she has not, or to just be another person. Like F all men, F all husbands, F all everybody. You know, I like that about Mel. She's so positive. She's kept positivity. She did her album. She still was speaking to women. Mel is she's a really cool ass lady, like for real. For the amount of stuff that she's
A
doing.
whole lot. You can't
Yeah,
take that away from her. She's had to push through a whole lot to get where she is. And look, God is blessing her. And what she say? God bless you on your journey.
that part. And Char, my love, I know you was a Scorpio girl. Love me some Scorpio. My mom was a Scorpio. My grandmother's a Scorpio. My auntie's a Scorpio. And I birthed a Scorpio. And I'm 3 days off of being a Scorpio. That's why my Libra ass traits, I will sting you like a Scorpio. I'm gonna get a tattoo. It's gonna be a Libra scale and it's gonna Scorpio, keeping me a little bit off balance because my Scorpioness is no joke. I don't play about it. I know it's there. Scorpio's no joke. That's why I don't like Mel. She's gonna be fine. Like she's gonna be fine. She's been fine. She's been fine. Try to get away from me and Pop.
I'm a talk and I'm gonna cuss you out.
Oh yeah, you all about that bullish. You about that bullish. And I mean it in a real way, like bullish, like not full of bullish. You on that bullish. Like I will yeah, no. I don't want that Taurus is something different. I know I go.
It rises up deep within my soul.
Yes, Lord.
Ain't that right, Bar? Yes, ma'am.
That's that. Hey, I ain't that. You know, y'all air sign. Gemini is air sign. I'm an air sign.
It rises up deep within my soul. But with that being said, I will see you guys later on this week where we will discuss the Carlos and Tisha interview along with the call-in. So you guys can call and give us your thoughts on episode 1 and 2. And then, of course, we have World of Reeds this week. We have Night Court this week.
Yes. We busy. We booked and busy like that. We booked and busy.
As you should.
As we should.
We have Night Court this week. I'm going to do a start for my members. If you guys are in the chat, we're going to have a members only live on Friday where I'm going to do story time just so you guys can, know some things about me, get to ask some personal questions about me. I think I'm going to start off with the story about when my hood flew off my car on the freeway.
Oh, flew off or popped up? Wait, flew off or popped up?
No, it flew off.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that line. I'll definitely do that.
I'm going to try to see if my cousin, who was in the car with me, will do say live with me and you guys. That's something I'm working on, getting my cousins to want to come. And so you guys who I've experienced these things with, to see, they come want to tell the stories with me. And also, you guys can ask them some questions, okay, about me. Cockatoo Queen.
He's on my channel. Well. Cockatoo Queen, this is the Ladies Love Huntsville panel has been on my channel. Is this the 3rd year in our 2nd year with Nola? Yes. So please, it's not new. We old. We
old.
We not new to this. We true to this. So come over to Nola's channel and hit the like and subscribe button. Hit and all of their links are in the description box as well. So you could just click it and come over to CC's channel, like and subscribe. We're on all 3 channels at the same time. This is interesting.
Best part. I love it so much. Oh, Barb, don't be acting like you didn't man all like a witch cousin like you don't know. can't stand that you didn't.
See that? See
You
that?
so good. You get on my nerves. How much y'all just love my sister and y'all. You didn't met the family. He didn't mess the nieces. Y'all. Okay. All right. I just play it, sis. You know I mess with you. Yeah. Which cousin is it, sis? Which cousin? Has she met the cousin?
She has met the cousin.
Boom. There you go. Barb, you want to know. Barb, you wanted to know which cousin you want to know you met him.
Listen, Barb has met all of the cousins that I would have these stories with. Barb has met every single one of them. Yes, all my cousins that I would have stories with, except one, and that's because she wasn't at Mardi Gras this year. She lives not in New Orleans. But other than that, she has met all of my cousins who I have these stories with, and yes, yeah, my hood didn't fly up; it flew off the car. How embarrassing!
Oh my God, I can't wait. Friday can't get here quick enough.
Yeah,
and before I leave, I do want to say my husband's birthday is on Tuesday, and we won't be on until Thursday. So I want to go on and give him a shout out for his birthday. His birthday is on Tuesday. He will be 50. He finally, I'm older than him, So I had seniority for 6 months. I be telling him all the time, like, who you talk to? Respect your elders. And so in 2 more days, I can only say that. And so happy birthday, Sam, man. I love you. I'm wishing you the best birthday ever. Okay, the best birthday ever. I love you so much. And we gonna turn up on Tuesday. That's what we're gonna do. The party gonna be. I asked him that. I said we probably gonna go to dinner on Tuesday on his actual birthday, and Saturday we probably gonna turn up here. We gonna barbecue or do a little something, and turn up. How we do libation.
Well, I already know that's my brother because when I came, he told me have what I want to have, take what I want to take. That was my house, just like it was your house. And with that being said, I know I'm the favorite. Y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all during the week. Bye,
y'all. Love y'all.